Life has a way of throwing us curveballs, doesn't it? One day, everything seems to be going smoothly, and the next, we're faced with challenges that make us question everything. We're surrounded by noise, distractions, and pressures from society, work, and even from ourselves. There's this constant buzz pushing us to be more, do more, and somehow still find inner peace. It's exhausting, and sometimes it feels like we're just spinning our wheels, moving but going nowhere meaningful. But here's the truth. The power to live deeply, purposefully, and calmly already exists within us. We don't need to chase after more or run faster. We don't need external validation or approval from others. What we need is clarity, focus, and resilience, the kind that anchors us so that no matter how strong the storm, we stand strong. What if there was a path to this kind of strength and calm? A path where you could quiet the inner chaos, find purpose in your actions, and finally feel at home within yourself. This isn't about magic or some distant secret. It's about learning principles that have been practiced for thousands of years by those who lived lives full of hardship, triumph, and wisdom. It's about cultivating a mindset that allows you to respond to life with grace rather than react with frustration. And as you start down this path, you'll see that life isn't something to escape or control. It's something to understand, embrace, and live fully. Let's think about those days when it feels like everyone and everything is against us. There's the pressure to achieve, to impress, and to constantly prove our worth. So many people feel as if they're fighting a battle against the world, but the real battle is often within, against self-doubt, impatience, frustration, and fear. And this battle doesn't have to be exhausting. There's a way to approach life where you stay centered, no matter what comes your way, where you're no longer tossed around by emotions or circumstances, but can actually find peace and strength right in the middle of them. Now, here's where it gets powerful. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of direction, not a life led by whims, but one guided by intention, by values you've chosen for yourself. Think of how good it would feel to approach every situation from a place of calm confidence, to make decisions that align with your true self, and not out of a need to please others or gain fleeting approval. When you live this way, each day becomes meaningful, and the constant noise of the world begins to fade. Living this way doesn't mean pretending hardships don't exist or that everything will always be perfect. Hardships are a part of life. But with the right principles, we don't just survive these hardships. We grow from them. We develop resilience, inner peace, and a quiet strength that others can feel. Imagine walking through life with that kind of presence, a presence so grounded that others notice your calm, your focus, and your unshakable sense of purpose. These principles are not new. They were practiced by some of the greatest thinkers, warriors, and leaders in history. These are people who faced wars, loss, and challenges we can barely imagine, yet they held fast to values that brought them peace and clarity. They teach us that true strength isn't in forcing outcomes or overpowering others. Real strength comes from mastering oneself, from responding thoughtfully, and from having the courage to stand by our values, even when the world pressures us to abandon them. When we walk this path, our perspective changes. What once seemed unbearable becomes manageable. What once felt like a crisis becomes an opportunity to learn. Instead of worrying over things we can't control, we focus on what we can. The mind grows clearer, and we start to understand that the only person we truly need to master is ourselves. In every challenge, there's a choice. The choice to react impulsively or to respond with wisdom. The choice to dwell on what went wrong or to find what we can learn. Each day brings moments to practice patience, kindness, and resilience. And while it may sound simple, it takes real courage to commit to living this way, to walk through life with our eyes open, facing our own limitations without shame and using them as fuel for growth. Think about the weight that could be lifted from your shoulders if you learned to stop obsessing over the opinions of others, to know that you have nothing to prove to anyone except yourself, to stop fighting battles that don't matter, and to start choosing what truly deserves your time and energy. You begin to see that life is about quality, not quantity, about choosing fewer but better things, fewer but stronger relationships, fewer but deeper joys. On this journey, the focus isn't just on achieving success or getting ahead. It's about learning the art of self-mastery, of building a life that feels good on the inside, no matter what's happening on the outside. It's about understanding that peace doesn't come from controlling the world, but from controlling how we respond to it. And when we learn to respond with calm and clarity, we find a new kind of freedom, a freedom from the pressures and expectations that used to weigh us down. There will be times when this path feels challenging, when old habits and doubts try to pull you back. But in those moments, remember that you are building something much greater than any temporary success or approval. You are building a character, a foundation of strength that will serve you for a lifetime. Each small step is a victory. Each choice to stay centered is a win. And over time, these choices become habits. And these habits become the foundation for a life that's truly your own. So, as you take your first step, remember, this isn't a race, and there's no final destination. This is a way of living, a journey where each day holds lessons, growth, and the opportunity to become a little wiser, a little calmer, and a lot more you. Through these principles, you'll find that life doesn't need to be controlled to be beautiful. It only needs to be understood. Step forward with openness and determination. You're about to uncover tools that are powerful, timeless, and life-changing. This is the beginning of a transformation, a chance to build a life where peace, strength, and purpose guide you, no matter what the world brings your way. As we age, wisdom becomes our most treasured possession, richer than any wealth or success. Yet, even with a lifetime of experience, some common mistakes can still creep in, quietly chipping away at our well-being, peace, and happiness. In this section, we'll explore mistakes that can hinder the joy, health, and fulfillment that older age can offer. Each insight here serves as a compass, gently guiding you to avoid the pitfalls that have held others back. By learning from these lessons, we can better protect our minds, bodies, and spirits, ensuring that our later years are lived with clarity, strength, and purpose. Many overlook the subtle ways in which habits formed over a lifetime can impact their quality of life as they grow older. Take, for example, the inclination to cling to outdated perspectives or resist change. This mindset not only prevents us from embracing life's inevitable evolution, but also keeps us rooted in the past, unable to experience the present. The mind, when allowed to grow rigid, loses the curiosity and openness that make life rich. To truly enjoy each moment, especially as the years advance, we need to stay open, receptive, and willing to let go of things that no longer serve us. Equally significant is the tendency to neglect physical health. In younger years, it might be easy to ignore aches, fatigue, or unhealthy habits. However, as we age, these can magnify, impacting mobility, energy, and even mental clarity. Regular activity, however simple, becomes a lifeline, offering not only physical strength, but also emotional resilience. Keeping the body moving, whether through walking, light stretching, or engaging in enjoyable activities, nurtures the vitality that allows us to keep up with life's demands, no matter our age. Neglecting relationships is another mistake that can weigh heavily with time. Relationships, whether with family, friends, or community, are like gardens. They require regular care and attention. As years pass, people might drift apart due to misunderstandings, grudges, or simple neglect. Yet, our connections to others remain a source of profound strength and joy. By investing in these bonds, even in small ways, we enrich our lives and find support during difficult times. Maintaining relationships, forgiving past grievances, and prioritizing meaningful connections allows us to build a network of love and support that uplifts our spirits and sustains us through life's inevitable ups and downs. There is also the subtle trap of failing to manage expectations for ourselves, our loved ones, or even life in general. High expectations can create feelings of disappointment and frustration. As time passes, releasing unrealistic expectations becomes a gift of freedom, making it easier to embrace life's unpredictability with grace. Accepting people, situations, and even ourselves as they are, without the burden of rigid ideals, lightens the load we carry. This perspective helps us cherish what is, rather than yearning for what might have been. Another critical area is how we handle mistakes and regrets. Regret can become a heavy chain, binding us to the past and draining our present of joy. Learning to forgive ourselves, to view mistakes as lessons rather than failures, is essential. When we look back with compassion and a sense of growth rather than judgment, we cultivate inner peace and an acceptance that liberates us to live fully in the present. Fear of mortality is a natural part of aging, yet when left unaddressed, it can cast a shadow over life's precious moments. Facing our mortality with acceptance and without fear is not easy, but it brings a profound sense of liberation. Embracing life's finite nature encourages us to prioritize experiences, relationships, and values that truly matter. Rather than seeing each passing year as a loss, we come to appreciate it as a gift, filled with opportunities to grow and connect. A sense of purpose is equally vital as we age. Many people fall into the trap of seeing retirement or older age as a time to withdraw from life. Yet, having a purpose, no matter how small, adds richness to each day. Whether it's through volunteering, mentoring, creating art, or nurturing a hobby, finding purpose gives our days meaning and keeps our spirits alive. It helps us remain connected to the world around us, offering a reason to look forward to each day. Failing to practice gratitude is another subtle mistake that can cloud our view. Life, in all its imperfections, offers countless blessings, yet it's easy to overlook them when focused solely on problems or past regrets. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, grounding us in the present and filling our hearts with appreciation. By regularly practicing gratitude, we nurture a mindset of abundance, allowing us to see life as a source of joy rather than disappointment. The reluctance to seek help can also isolate us in our later years. Pride or fear of burdening others may make us hesitant to reach out, yet connecting with others or accepting support is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Community and companionship are crucial at every stage of life, and seeking help can deepen our relationships, allowing others to show their care and creating moments of shared support and empathy. Another common mistake is accumulating material possessions or clinging to unnecessary items. As we grow older, the desire to simplify and live lightly becomes ever more rewarding. Letting go of excess brings clarity and reduces physical and mental clutter, making room for things that genuinely matter. This process not only simplifies daily life, but also reinforces a sense of freedom, where our value is tied not to things, but to experiences and connections. Neglecting mental health, such as avoiding mindfulness practices or self-reflection, can lead to a sense of inner stagnation. mental well-being is as crucial as physical health. Practices like meditation, journaling, or simply spending quiet time in nature nurture our inner lives, helping us process emotions, reflect on experiences, and stay connected to our core values. Dwelling on what others think can also stifle us. Throughout life, we may have spent years worrying about approval or judgment. Letting go of this concern in later years frees us to live authentically, aligning our choices with our own values rather than external expectations. Embracing self-acceptance allows us to step forward with confidence, no longer limited by the fear of others' opinions. Forgetting to celebrate life's small joys can lead to a sense of disconnection from the beauty of everyday moments. Joy is not reserved for the grand milestones. It's woven into the fabric of daily life if we have the eyes to see it. A warm cup of tea, the laughter of loved ones, a sunrise. These small moments hold immense value. Cherishing them adds color and warmth to our days, making life richer and more fulfilling. As we step through each lesson, let these insights become guiding lights, illuminating a path forward that values connection, simplicity, and the courage to live authentically. Each principle, when embraced, becomes a reminder that even as the years pass, we have the power to shape our lives, find peace within, and approach each day with a heart open to the possibilities of growth, joy, and wisdom. As we turn our attention to the day ahead, consider how our mornings set the tone for everything that follows. Each dawn offers a chance to shape our lives with intention, to approach each hour with clarity and purpose. By cultivating habits that align with inner peace and resilience, we equip ourselves to face the unexpected twists of life with calm and resolve. Every morning, we have the power to prepare our minds and bodies, grounding ourselves in values that bring strength, patience, and joy to our daily experiences. Beginning the day with gratitude creates an immediate shift in perspective. Taking a few moments to acknowledge the simple gift of waking up allows us to start with a sense of appreciation. Gratitude doesn't need to focus on monumental events. It can be for the sunlight streaming through the window, the comfort of a warm bed, or the support of loved ones. By directing attention to what's positive, we foster a mindset that sees abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude opens the heart and helps us approach challenges with grace, reminding us that even small blessings are worth cherishing. Following gratitude, a habit of gentle movement connects us to the physical self. Our bodies are the vessels that carry us through each day, and tending to them builds not only strength, but resilience. Gentle stretching, a brief walk, or even mindful breathing wakes up the muscles and fills the body with energy. Movement grounds us in the present, bringing awareness to the here and now, allowing the mind to shake off any lingering tension. This quiet engagement with our body provides a moment to reset, releasing stress and making room for calm and focus. Another essential habit involves setting intentions for the day. Unlike rigid goals, intentions serve as guiding principles that align our actions with our values. By determining what matters most, we bring clarity to our decisions and interactions. Intentions provide a framework that keeps us anchored, especially when the day becomes chaotic. These intentions might focus on patience, kindness, or simply maintaining awareness. By keeping them in mind, we cultivate a mindful approach, ensuring that we respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Silence is also a powerful part of a Stoic morning. Pausing in stillness helps us attune to our thoughts and emotions without judgment. In these quiet moments, we can observe any lingering worries or stresses without becoming entangled in them. Silence allows us to listen to our own inner voice, fostering self-awareness that strengthens resilience. This practice doesn't require hours of meditation, Just a few minutes of quiet reflection is enough to settle the mind and bring clarity. Silence becomes a space for mental rest, creating a calm foundation for whatever the day holds. Journaling is another habit that grounds the mind and organizes our thoughts. Writing down reflections, insights, or observations lets us process emotions and gain clarity. This practice allows us to examine our inner landscape, seeing patterns in our thoughts or behaviors that might otherwise go unnoticed. Journaling offers a safe space for self-expression, helping us confront challenges or worries in a way that's both honest and constructive. This ritual nurtures a deeper connection to ourselves, providing a daily check-in that fosters growth and resilience. Practicing detachment is a habit that enables us to approach life's events with calmness and clarity. By reminding ourselves that not everything is within our control, we prepare to face challenges without unnecessary frustration or disappointment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. Rather, it's an acknowledgement that while we can influence our actions, we can't dictate outcomes. This mindset encourages acceptance and cultivates inner peace as we release the need to control every detail. Detachment fosters freedom, allowing us to engage with life without becoming overly attached to specific results. Mindful breathing is a habit that centers us, bringing awareness to the present moment. Focusing on the breath reminds us that life is experienced one moment at a time. Breathing exercises help regulate stress, improve focus, and boost mental clarity. Deep, deliberate breaths create a rhythm that soothes both mind and body, releasing tension and promoting calmness. This habit reinforces the idea that peace can be found in simplicity. Mindful breathing serves as an anchor, steadying us when faced with challenges, reminding us to respond with patience and thoughtfulness. Embracing compassion is a final morning habit that brings warmth and kindness to our interactions. Compassion encourages us to approach ourselves and others with understanding and empathy. It's a reminder that each person we encounter faces battles we may not see. Starting the day with compassion softens our outlook, helping us remain patient, forgiving, and kind. This habit creates a ripple effect, as our kindness has the power to uplift others. By embodying compassion, we enrich not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us, fostering a sense of connection and purpose. Together, these habits form a powerful morning ritual that nurtures resilience, clarity, and inner peace. With each small action, we prepare ourselves to face the day with calm strength, aligning our choices with values that bring fulfillment and joy. As we carry these habits forward, they become a steady foundation, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. As we bring the morning practices into focus, there lies a deeper layer of understanding that Stoicism offers, one that taps into the core of human purpose and aspiration. This philosophy reveals that achieving what we want in life is not about wishing or endless striving. Rather, it's about aligning our inner state with our actions, letting clarity, intention, and resilience guide every step. There's a profound secret woven into Stoic wisdom that empowers us to realize our goals and aspirations with a balance of purpose and detachment. The journey to making things happen begins with a strong sense of self-mastery. At the heart of Stoic thought is the principle that external outcomes are never entirely within our control, but our responses, actions, and choices are. Recognizing this distinction can feel liberating, removing the weight of needing to control everything around us. Self-mastery doesn't come from brute force, but from understanding our own emotions, behaviors, and motivations. By cultivating patience, self-discipline, and a steady focus, we gain a kind of power that isn't swayed by temporary setbacks or shifting circumstances. One of the most powerful tools to making things happen is clarity of purpose. Many people feel adrift, chasing goals that aren't truly aligned with their values. Stoicism teaches us to connect deeply with what matters most to us, beyond surface desires or fleeting ambitions. This requires honest reflection, asking ourselves not just what we want, but why we want it. A clear purpose is like a compass, providing direction in times of doubt and reminding us to keep moving forward even when challenges arise. It also helps to simplify life by allowing us to say no to distractions that don't serve our ultimate goals. Another fundamental aspect is intentional action. Once we understand what truly matters, each action should be purposeful, directed toward that larger aim. Intentional action isn't about hustling or scrambling. It's about moving forward with precision and presence. In this sense, quality matters more than quantity. Every decision, big or small, becomes an opportunity to reinforce our commitment to our purpose. Taking deliberate steps toward our goals allows us to build momentum, creating a steady path that aligns with our values rather than bending to external pressures. To truly make things happen, we also need to cultivate resilience. Life's path is seldom smooth, and setbacks are inevitable. Stoicism encourages us to face obstacles with a mindset that sees them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Instead of viewing challenges as reasons to give up, they can be seen as valuable experiences that build strength and wisdom. This perspective allows us to maintain focus and energy even in the face of difficulty, reinforcing the commitment to our purpose. Resilience keeps us grounded, reminding us that growth often requires navigating through hardship with patience and persistence. Embracing detachment from outcomes is another key to making things happen. While it's natural to feel a desire for specific results, attachment can lead to frustration and disappointment. By focusing instead on the process and doing our best in each moment, we free ourselves from the weight of expectation. Detachment isn't about indifference. It's about trusting that whatever outcome unfolds, it will contribute to our journey in a meaningful way. This mindset enables us to act with confidence and presence, no longer dependent on any one result for our sense of fulfillment. Self-belief is another cornerstone. Often people's doubts about their abilities or worthiness hold them back from taking meaningful action. Stoicism reminds us that self-worth isn't based on external validation, but on integrity, courage, and inner strength. Building this sense of confidence comes from consistently acting in ways that align with our values. Over time, self-belief grows, not as arrogance, but as quiet assurance. This inner confidence allows us to pursue goals without fear, knowing that we have the strength to handle whatever the journey brings. Stoicism also teaches us to appreciate the power of patience. In a world that constantly pushes for rapid results, patience can feel like a rare virtue. Yet true growth often happens gradually, through sustained effort over time. Patience allows us to embrace the slow, steady progress that ultimately leads to meaningful change. It helps us avoid impulsive decisions, allowing us to act from a place of wisdom rather than urgency. Patience teaches us that lasting success is built through consistent, mindful action, a lesson that strengthens our resolve to keep moving forward. A valuable aspect of Stoic wisdom is the practice of gratitude. When we feel grateful for the present moment and for the progress we've already made, it shifts our focus from lack to abundance. Gratitude enhances our appreciation for the journey itself, allowing us to find joy even in small victories. By acknowledging the good in our lives, we nurture a mindset of positivity and resilience, which in turn fuels our motivation to continue striving for what matters most. Another secret lies in the practice of humility. Success and growth can sometimes lead to pride, which clouds judgment and distorts purpose. Humility keeps us grounded, reminding us that every achievement is part of a larger process of learning. It allows us to accept feedback, recognize our limitations, and stay open to improvement. Humility fosters a sense of respect for others and for the journey itself, creating a balanced perspective that strengthens our connection to our goals and values. Developing the ability to adapt to change is essential. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of flexibility, understanding that life is inherently unpredictable. Goals may shift, and circumstances will inevitably change. By learning to adapt, we preserve energy that would otherwise be spent resisting or worrying about things beyond our control. Adaptability allows us to remain focused on our purpose while staying open to new paths, seeing unexpected detours as opportunities rather than setbacks. A sense of purpose also grows when we practice kindness and compassion. Often, our goals intersect with the lives of others, and how we treat those around us matters. Kindness isn't just about others. It creates a harmonious inner environment that makes it easier to navigate challenges with grace. Compassion encourages us to see beyond our own desires, recognizing the interconnectedness of all people. This approach helps us pursue our goals with a sense of responsibility and integrity, enriching both our journey and the lives we touch. Stoicism also encourages us to cultivate inner peace through mindful reflection. Regularly checking in with ourselves, assessing our progress, and contemplating our choices helps us stay aligned with our values. Reflection fosters self-awareness, allowing us to see when we may be straying from our path or letting fear or ego cloud our judgment. This practice keeps our intentions clear and strengthens our commitment, grounding us in a sense of purpose that transcends fleeting wants or distractions. Self-discipline plays a vital role as well. Pursuing what matters requires consistent effort and the ability to resist temptations that lead us astray. Self-discipline is not about harsh restrictions, but about making choices that serve our highest aims. By building habits that align with our goals, we simplify the path forward, creating an environment where success becomes more attainable. Self-discipline strengthens our resolve, reinforcing the belief that we can rely on ourselves to follow through on what we set out to accomplish. Learning to embrace failure as a teacher is also crucial. The path to achievement is rarely linear, and setbacks are inevitable. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to give up, Stoicism teaches us to view it as a source of growth. Each failure offers insight, showing us where we can improve and helping us build resilience. This perspective removes the fear of making mistakes, empowering us to take risks with courage and learn from each experience. Embracing failure transforms it into a stepping stone, a reminder that growth often requires navigating through challenges with grace. In the pursuit of what matters, cultivating joy in the journey itself is essential. Focusing only on the end goal can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Stoicism encourages us to find fulfillment in the process, seeing each step as a meaningful part of the journey. By finding joy in the present, we maintain a sense of enthusiasm and passion that fuels our progress. This approach allows us to enjoy life fully, recognizing that each moment holds value, whether we've reached our goal or are still on the path. Through these practices, Stoicism provides a clear path to make things happen in a way that aligns with inner peace and fulfillment. When we approach life with clarity, patience, resilience, and purpose, we unlock a strength that allows us to turn dreams into reality, not through force or control, but through wisdom and intentional action. Each day becomes a step toward the life we envision, a journey that's as rewarding as the destination itself. In this way, we create a life that reflects our true self, grounded in values that bring lasting satisfaction and joy. As we delve further into living with purpose, it's clear that focus and wise use of time are crucial to turning aspirations into reality. Every moment spent well moves us closer to what truly matters, yet time can easily slip away if we're not careful. Stoicism offers practical guidance to eliminate distractions, maintain focus, and make every second count. Each principle is a stepping stone, guiding us to sharpen our intentions and embrace the clarity needed to progress without hesitation. Let's uncover the Stoic approach to mastering time, freeing ourselves from trivial pursuits and creating a life fully devoted to meaningful goals. The first key to focusing on goals is prioritizing essentials. Life presents countless opportunities and distractions, and it's easy to become overwhelmed by choices that aren't aligned with our core values. To prevent time from being wasted, Stoicism teaches us to identify what is truly important and let go of the rest. By regularly examining our commitments, we ensure that our actions align with what matters most. This focus helps us avoid scattered efforts and frees up mental and physical energy to dedicate fully to our priorities, fostering a life that's streamlined and purpose-driven. Intentionality is another Stoic principle that empowers us to make the most of each day. Approaching tasks with purpose, rather than rushing through them mindlessly, enriches the quality of our time. Intentionality is about putting our full awareness and energy into whatever we do, no matter how small. This habit allows us to experience deeper satisfaction as each task feels purposeful rather than routine. Intentional action prevents time from slipping away unnoticed, turning every hour into an opportunity for growth and achievement. Discipline is central to staying on course. Our goals require dedication, and discipline acts as the bridge between intentions and results. In a world filled with distractions, discipline keeps us anchored to our path, guiding us back each time we stray. Building this quality doesn't require harshness or rigidity. Instead, it's about nurturing habits that align with our values. By creating a structured routine, we establish a solid foundation that supports our goals, helping us resist fleeting temptations and reinforcing the resolve to stay focused. A core Stoic rule is accepting what we can and cannot control. Many people waste valuable time worrying about external events or outcomes, diverting energy from actions that genuinely matter. By embracing the dichotomy of control, we free ourselves from the stress of trying to influence everything around us. This mindset allows us to focus on what we can change, our actions, attitudes, and choices. Releasing what's beyond our control grants us more time and energy to invest in what we can impact, creating a sense of peace and purpose that strengthens our commitment to our goals. Practicing patience is essential in the journey toward any meaningful goal. Impatience often leads to frustration, impulsive decisions, and burnout. By learning to accept the pace of progress, we build resilience, understanding that growth takes time. Patience nurtures perseverance, allowing us to stay the course even when challenges arise. This mindset helps us see setbacks as temporary, keeping us focused on the bigger picture rather than getting lost in immediate obstacles. Patience fosters calm, steady progress, which is vital for any long-term goal. Another powerful Stoic approach is learning to set boundaries. Time is finite, and without clear boundaries, it's easy to become overcommitted or distracted by demands that don't align with our goals. Setting limits on our time and energy enables us to prioritize tasks that truly matter. Boundaries aren't about shutting out others. They're about creating space for what's important. By establishing boundaries, we protect our focus and maintain balance, ensuring that our energy is directed where it brings the most value. This practice cultivates respect for our time and prevents it from being wasted on pursuits that don't serve our purpose. Reflection is a Stoic practice that refines focus and prevents time from slipping away unnoticed. By regularly evaluating our actions, thoughts, and intentions, we gain clarity on our progress and areas for improvement. Reflection encourages self-awareness, allowing us to recognize where we may be drifting off course or letting trivial matters consume our attention. This habit keeps us connected to our goals, helping us see each day as an opportunity to learn, grow, and align with our values. Reflection is a powerful tool for staying accountable, helping us make informed choices that maximize our time and potential. Embracing simplicity is another principle that enhances focus and prevents distractions. Complexities in life often come from taking on too much, whether in possessions, commitments, or thoughts. By simplifying our lives, we reduce mental clutter and make it easier to concentrate on our goals. Simplicity frees us from unnecessary worries and obligations, allowing us to see clearly and act with intention. This approach fosters an environment where focus and purpose can thrive, making each moment feel valuable rather than overwhelming. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of resilience in maintaining focus. Life will inevitably bring setbacks, and without resilience, it's easy to lose sight of our goals. Resilience strengthens our ability to adapt to challenges without becoming discouraged. This quality is built by facing difficulties with courage and using them as learning experiences. Resilience helps us stay committed to our path, even in difficult times, ensuring that we don't waste time dwelling on setbacks, but instead grow from them. This strength keeps us grounded, reminding us that every obstacle is an opportunity to refine our focus. Practicing gratitude enhances our focus on goals by fostering a mindset of abundance rather than lack. Gratitude shifts our perspective from what's missing to what we already have, creating a sense of contentment that reduces the need for external validation. When we approach our goals with gratitude, we find joy in each step, rather than constantly yearning for the end result. This mindset allows us to savor the journey, making it easier to stay dedicated and fulfilled. Gratitude turns each moment into an opportunity for growth, preventing us from feeling rushed or anxious about time. By integrating these Stoic principles into our lives, we master our focus and make the most of each day. With clarity, patience, discipline, and gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that directs our energy toward what truly matters. This approach empowers us to reach our goals with purpose and integrity, ensuring that time is never wasted, and each step brings us closer to a life of fulfillment and meaning. In our journey to achieving goals with clarity and purpose, there's a powerful truth often overlooked. Sometimes, stepping back and allowing things to unfold naturally can be more effective than endless effort. Stoicism teaches that relaxation and calm acceptance can play a surprising role in manifesting desires. When we cultivate an inner stillness, we remove the resistance that tension creates, allowing us to connect more deeply with our intentions. This practice isn't about surrendering goals, but about creating the mental space and peace that make manifestation a natural outcome. The first key to manifesting through relaxation lies in releasing attachment to outcomes. When we fixate on a specific result, it can create an inner struggle as we fear failure or disappointment. Letting go of this attachment is like unclenching a tight grip, allowing life to flow more easily. This doesn't mean we abandon our desires. Rather, it's about trusting the process and focusing on the journey. By releasing the need to control every detail, we open up to new possibilities that often exceed our original expectations. Relaxation creates a receptive state, allowing us to navigate toward our goals without unnecessary strain. Patience is essential in this approach. When we try to rush results, we often end up making impulsive decisions that pull us further away from our goals. Patience allows us to see progress as an ongoing process, rather than a race to the finish line. Through patience, we recognize that growth takes time and that each step, however small, brings us closer to what we desire. This calm waiting cultivates resilience and trust, reminding us that life often unfolds at its own pace. Patience also brings a sense of satisfaction, as we learn to enjoy each stage of the journey without needing immediate results. Acceptance is another powerful aspect of relaxing into manifestation. Life is unpredictable, and not everything will go according to plan. Embracing acceptance allows us to stay grounded and adaptable. Instead of resisting circumstances, we acknowledge and work with them. Acceptance doesn't mean settling. It means finding peace in the present while moving toward our vision. This mindset reduces frustration and fear, freeing up energy to focus on what we can control. By welcoming life's unpredictability, we allow manifestation to take shape organically, creating space for opportunities we may not have anticipated. A sense of gratitude also plays a vital role. When we're constantly chasing after something, it's easy to overlook the abundance already present in our lives. Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to fulfillment, grounding us in the present. By appreciating what we already have, we create an environment of positivity that attracts further blessings. Gratitude brings a warmth and peace that enhances our well-being, making it easier to approach goals with calm and contentment. This positive state of mind becomes a magnet for new possibilities as we align ourselves with a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Self-trust is a cornerstone of relaxed manifestation. Doubt creates resistance, and when we constantly question ourselves, we block the natural flow of progress. Trusting oneself means having faith in our ability to handle whatever comes our way, even when outcomes are uncertain. This trust is built by acting in alignment with our values and showing up consistently. Self-trust allows us to approach goals with quiet confidence, reducing the urge to control every detail. By trusting our intuition and inner wisdom, we become more attuned to opportunities and paths that resonate with our true desires. Mindfulness is a practice that enhances relaxed manifestation by helping us stay present. When we're fully engaged in the here and now, our worries about the future fade. Mindfulness helps us release mental clutter and distractions, allowing us to connect deeply with our intentions. It creates a focused calm, bringing clarity to our desires without attachment to any specific outcome. Through mindfulness, we learn to approach each day with openness and presence, making it easier to see progress as an evolving journey rather than a series of pressured milestones. Embracing flexibility is another important factor. Rigidity creates a fixed mindset that can block growth, as it prevents us from exploring alternative paths to our goals. By remaining flexible, we adapt to changing circumstances with ease, finding creative solutions when things don't go as planned. Flexibility allows us to see obstacles as opportunities, enabling us to move forward without resistance. This approach creates a natural flow that fosters growth, as we learn to approach each step with curiosity and openness. Relaxation grows from this flexibility, as we no longer feel compelled to control every detail. Visualization can support relaxed manifestation by helping us connect with our desires in a positive way. Visualization isn't about forcing outcomes, but rather about experiencing the feelings associated with our goals. By mentally experiencing success, we align our mindset with our intentions, creating a sense of calm assurance. Visualization strengthens our commitment without creating pressure, reminding us of the joy and fulfillment our goals bring. This technique nurtures a peaceful determination, allowing us to approach each day with confidence and trust in the journey. Another important practice is releasing self-criticism. Self-judgment creates tension, making it difficult to relax and move forward naturally. When we harshly judge ourselves, we build resistance that blocks progress. Learning to be kind to ourselves, to acknowledge mistakes without dwelling on them, fosters an inner peace that supports growth. Self-compassion encourages us to see each experience as valuable, allowing us to learn and move forward without holding on to guilt or regret. This kindness toward ourselves creates a relaxed state where manifestation becomes an effortless extension of our intentions. Connecting with purpose helps us relax into the journey. When we understand the deeper reasons behind our desires, we feel less need to control the outcome. Purpose gives meaning to our actions, making it easier to find contentment in the process itself. This sense of purpose brings a calm confidence, reminding us that each step is part of a larger picture. Purpose aligns our efforts with our values, creating a sense of fulfillment that transcends external results. This clarity helps us release the need to push or strain, as we know that our actions are grounded in what truly matters. Cultivating joy and lightheartedness can transform the way we approach manifestation. Taking life too seriously creates tension and anxiety, which hinders progress. A joyful, light-hearted approach allows us to relax, seeing challenges as part of the adventure. When we bring humor and playfulness into our journey, setbacks become less daunting and goals feel more achievable. This positive energy lifts our spirits, allowing us to stay connected to our desires without feeling overwhelmed. Light-heartedness helps us keep perspective, reminding us that life's journey can be joyful even as we work toward meaningful goals. By embracing these Stoic principles, we discover a path where relaxation and focused intention coexist. Manifesting what we desire doesn't require endless striving. It calls for a calm, confident approach that honors the journey as much as the destination. With patience, trust, gratitude, and joy, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, creating a powerful harmony that brings our goals within reach. Each day becomes a chance to connect with what we truly want, knowing that a relaxed mind is often the most powerful force for bringing dreams to life. As we explore the art of relaxed manifestation, there's a powerful Stoic move that often goes unspoken, a quiet strength that holds its own kind of magnetism. This approach, rooted in silence and subtlety, has the power to draw others in without a single word. It is the Stoic way of stepping back, letting go of control, and allowing others to come forward naturally. In a world where noise and constant self-promotion are the norm, this practice stands apart, reminding us that true influence often requires nothing more than quiet confidence. By embracing silence and presence, we create a space that speaks louder than any words. The first step in this Stoic power move is recognizing the strength of restraint. Often, we feel the urge to explain ourselves, to prove our worth, or to defend our opinions. But true strength doesn't rely on validation from others. When we step back, refraining from unnecessary explanations or justifications, we embody a calm assurance that naturally attracts respect. Silence in this context is not passive. It's an active choice to let actions speak louder than words. This restraint conveys a sense of control and self-respect, showing others that we value our own voice enough to let it be heard only when necessary. Patience is another key element in staying silent. In conversations, meetings, or even disagreements, the ability to pause and listen creates a powerful impression. Patience allows us to absorb information, giving us a clearer understanding of the situation before responding. By holding back instead of rushing to react, we demonstrate a willingness to see the bigger picture. This calm presence often shifts the energy, as others sense that we are grounded and composed. Patience in silence also prevents misunderstandings and impulsive reactions, allowing us to maintain integrity and clarity in every interaction. Practicing humility within silence strengthens this approach further. In staying silent, we release the need to prove ourselves or compete for attention. Humility allows us to focus less on ourselves and more on the moment. It frees us from the pressure of always having to be right or in control. Humility within silence signals an openness to listen and learn, which others often find refreshing and trustworthy. This practice softens our interactions, making space for genuine connection as others feel seen and heard. Humility in silence nurtures mutual respect, as we communicate that we value others without needing to elevate ourselves. Embracing curiosity is also essential in this power move. Silence gives us the space to observe and understand others more deeply. By stepping back, we notice subtleties in body language, tone, and expression that often go unnoticed in rushed conversations. Curiosity replaces the need to speak with a desire to listen, transforming silence into a form of engagement. This approach helps us build stronger relationships as others sense our genuine interest. Curiosity through silence allows us to gather insight, making it easier to respond thoughtfully and with empathy. This quiet observation deepens our understanding, creating connections built on awareness rather than assumption. Self-assurance is another powerful aspect of this approach. When we are confident in who we are and what we stand for, we don't feel compelled to fill every silence. Self-assurance radiates a quiet strength that naturally draws people in, creating an unspoken sense of authority. This confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about being comfortable in our own presence. By staying silent, we communicate that we don't need to seek approval or validation. This level of self-assurance is often magnetic, as others are drawn to those who are at peace with themselves. Silence in this context speaks volumes, reinforcing a sense of stability and inner strength. A sense of mystery also adds depth to this power move. When we choose to remain silent, we create an air of intrigue that invites others to seek us out. People are naturally curious about those who don't reveal everything at once. Silence adds a layer of depth, signaling that there is more beneath the surface. This quiet mystery makes others want to learn more, drawing them in without any effort on our part. Rather than giving everything away, silence holds back just enough to spark curiosity. This approach fosters meaningful connections, as others are drawn by genuine interest rather than superficial details. Inner peace is the foundation that allows us to embrace silence fully. When we are at peace with ourselves, silence becomes a source of strength rather than discomfort. Inner peace creates a grounded presence that makes it easy to let go of the need for constant affirmation. This tranquility radiates outward, creating a calming effect on those around us. People are often drawn to those who exude calm, as it offers a sense of stability in a chaotic world. Inner peace through silence provides a quiet refuge, attracting others who seek that same sense of calm and clarity. Empathy enhances the impact of this power move, as silence allows us to tune in to others' emotions without interference. By stepping back, we make space for others to express themselves fully, creating an environment of openness and understanding. Empathy within silence shows that we care enough to listen without interrupting or judging. This quiet empathy fosters trust, as people sense that we are truly present. Silence becomes an active form of listening, deepening our connections and allowing others to feel valued. Empathy in silence creates bonds that go beyond words, building relationships grounded in mutual respect and compassion. Non-reactivity is another valuable aspect. Silence teaches us to respond rather than react, creating a measured approach to any situation. Non-reactivity prevents us from being swayed by impulsive emotions, allowing us to remain composed even in challenging interactions. This control over our responses signals maturity and self-mastery, which others often respect and admire. Non-reactivity creates a stable foundation, ensuring that our silence is intentional rather than defensive. This calm presence helps us navigate situations with clarity, making it easier to maintain perspective and make wise decisions. Gratitude adds a powerful layer to this stoic move. When we embrace silence, we become more aware of the present moment, fostering a sense of appreciation for the here and now. Gratitude in silence shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. This sense of fulfillment creates an aura of contentment that others find magnetic. Gratitude enhances the strength of silence, as we no longer feel the need to chase after attention or validation. By appreciating the value of each moment, we cultivate an inner satisfaction that others sense and respect. Together, these elements create a powerful approach rooted in silence and restraint. By stepping back, we allow our presence to speak for itself, creating connections based on respect, curiosity, and understanding. In a world that often rewards noise and haste, this stoic move offers an alternative path, one that embraces the quiet power of patience, humility, and inner peace. With each silent moment, we strengthen our ability to influence others without force, showing that true authority comes from within. As we embody this calm confidence, we find that others naturally gravitate toward us, drawn by the quiet strength of a mind at peace. Transitioning from the power of silence and its magnetic effects, there's an equally profound principle in the Stoic approach to living well: the importance of avoiding subtle habits that may seem harmless but accelerate aging, both mentally and physically. Often, these habits quietly slip into daily routines, wearing us down without us even noticing. Stoicism invites us to examine these habits closely, allowing us to live a life that's vibrant and full of energy, regardless of age. By recognizing and replacing these unhelpful habits, we cultivate resilience, health, and a peaceful mind, an approach that keeps the years from stealing our vitality too soon. One common habit that speeds up aging is holding on to resentment. Grudges weigh heavily on the heart and mind, draining energy and creating tension. When we cling to negative feelings, it becomes difficult to experience peace. This habit makes it easy to dwell on the past rather than live fully in the present. Stoicism encourages us to let go of resentment, understanding that forgiveness is an act of self-care. Releasing these burdens allows us to approach life with lightness, keeping our minds and bodies healthy and strong. Overextending ourselves is another habit that gradually wears us down. Constantly saying yes to demands, even when they're against our best interests, exhausts our energy and depletes our joy. This need to please others often leads to burnout, making it harder to stay resilient as we age. Stoicism emphasizes setting boundaries and respecting our own limits. By learning to prioritize what truly matters, we conserve our energy and focus on activities that nurture us. This balance supports well-being, giving us the strength to engage in life without feeling overwhelmed. Neglecting sleep is a subtle yet powerful habit that accelerates aging. Lack of rest impacts every system in the body, from cognitive function to emotional balance. When sleep is sacrificed for productivity or entertainment, it takes a toll on our energy and health. Stoicism teaches that rest is essential for mental clarity and physical resilience. By valuing rest, we give our bodies time to repair and recharge, creating a foundation of vitality that carries us through each day. This habit fosters a balanced lifestyle, preventing the fatigue that speeds up the aging process. A negative mindset can also make us age faster. When we constantly focus on what's lacking or what's going wrong, it creates a mental environment of stress and dissatisfaction. This habit affects not only our mood, but our overall well-being, making it difficult to enjoy life. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate gratitude and optimism, recognizing that our thoughts shape our reality. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we nurture a positive outlook that enhances mental and physical health. This shift in perspective adds years to our life, filling each day with appreciation and joy. Ignoring physical activity is another habit that can sneak up on us. Sedentary routines create stiffness and weakness, impacting mobility and energy. Regular movement keeps the body strong, the mind sharp, and the spirit uplifted. Stoicism values the care of both mind and body, understanding that physical health supports mental resilience. By making time for even simple activities like walking or stretching, we honor the body's needs and prevent the decline that inactivity brings. Movement becomes a source of vitality, keeping us young at heart and strong in body. Dwelling on regrets also contributes to premature aging. When we constantly replay past mistakes or missed opportunities, it creates an emotional burden that saps our energy and happiness. Stoicism teaches that the past cannot be changed, and that focusing on what we can control, the present, brings peace. Letting go of regrets doesn't mean ignoring lessons learned. It means moving forward with acceptance and wisdom. This perspective frees us from the weight of the past, allowing us to embrace each day with renewed energy and purpose. Another harmful habit is overindulgence, whether in food, drink, or other pleasures. Excessive indulgence strains the body and mind, creating long-term effects that wear us down. Stoicism advocates for moderation, teaching that true contentment comes from balance. By enjoying pleasures mindfully and in moderation, we preserve our health and vitality. This approach nurtures a stable, calm inner life, allowing us to experience enjoyment without the negative consequences of overindulgence. Moderation becomes a way of respecting both our body and mind, ensuring that we stay vibrant and resilient. Procrastination is another habit that subtly ages us. Delaying tasks and responsibilities creates a constant undercurrent of stress, which can affect mental clarity and physical health. Procrastination prevents us from living fully, as we're always chasing after unfinished goals. Stoicism encourages us to take action in the present, knowing that every task completed brings peace of mind. By tackling responsibilities promptly, we free ourselves from the burden of delay, creating a sense of accomplishment and mental clarity. This habit cultivates a proactive attitude, helping us age with confidence and purpose. Lack of mindfulness is a habit that steals joy from daily life. When we rush through tasks or let our thoughts wander, we miss the beauty and depth of each moment. This constant distraction can lead to a feeling of emptiness, as we're never fully present. Stoicism values mindfulness, teaching us to engage with each moment wholeheartedly. By practicing mindfulness, we enrich our experiences and nurture inner peace. This habit brings a sense of fullness to life, creating moments that feel timeless and meaningful. Holding on to material possessions can also create mental and physical clutter that accelerates aging. When we accumulate things we don't need, it creates a burden of upkeep and organization. This habit can create a sense of stagnation as we become attached to objects rather than experiences. Stoicism advocates for simplicity, encouraging us to let go of excess and focus on what truly brings joy. By decluttering, we free ourselves from unnecessary responsibilities, creating space for growth and renewal. This simplicity fosters a sense of freedom, allowing us to age with grace and contentment. Isolation is another habit that quietly wears us down. Avoiding social connections or withdrawing from relationships can lead to loneliness, which impacts mental and physical health. Humans are social beings, and connection provides emotional nourishment that keeps us resilient. Stoicism values relationships, understanding that shared experiences enrich life. By nurturing connections, even in small ways, we create a support system that uplifts us during difficult times. This habit strengthens our sense of belonging, allowing us to age with companionship and warmth. Constant comparison with others is a habit that diminishes self-worth and creates unnecessary stress. When we measure ourselves against others, we lose sight of our own unique path and strengths. This habit fosters discontent and frustration, which can affect both mental and physical well-being. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own growth, recognizing that each person's journey is different. By letting go of comparison, we find peace within ourselves, allowing us to age with confidence and self-respect. This focus on personal growth fosters a sense of fulfillment that radiates from within. Overthinking is another habit that accelerates aging, as it creates mental fatigue and anxiety. When we overanalyze situations, we become trapped in endless cycles of thought, which can affect sleep, mood, and overall health. Stoicism encourages us to accept uncertainty, trusting that not everything needs to be fully understood or controlled. By learning to let go of excessive thinking, we free our minds to rest, creating a sense of calm and clarity. This habit fosters mental resilience, helping us face life with a balanced, steady mind. Self-neglect is a final habit that quietly undermines our vitality. When we ignore self-care, whether physically, emotionally, or mentally, it creates an imbalance that affects all areas of life. Stoicism teaches us to honor ourselves, understanding that well-being supports our ability to serve others and pursue our goals. By prioritizing self-care, we build a foundation of health and strength that sustains us as we age. This habit nurtures resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with energy and grace. Through awareness and thoughtful change, each of these habits can be transformed into practices that support long-term well-being. By adopting a Stoic approach to daily life, we replace unhelpful habits with intentional actions that nurture both body and mind. In doing so, we preserve our vitality, ensuring that age becomes a marker of wisdom and experience rather than a decline in energy or joy. Stoicism reminds us that aging well is within our control, an art of living that embraces simplicity, mindfulness, and self-respect. As we examine the habits that quietly drain our vitality, Stoicism also guides us to consider the people we allow into our lives. Some connections bring strength, growth, and mutual support, but others can slowly erode our peace, drawing energy and creating unnecessary struggles. Helping others is a noble act, but Stoicism reminds us to use discernment, recognizing when our support may be enabling rather than uplifting. By understanding the types of individuals who may not benefit from our help, we protect our own well-being and nurture relationships that are truly enriching. Each of these insights serves as a guide to direct compassion wisely and preserve inner peace. One type of person to approach with caution is the perpetual complainer. This individual is often more invested in airing grievances than in seeking solutions. When we attempt to help someone who only sees problems, our efforts often go unappreciated as their focus remains fixed on negativity. While listening is compassionate, consistently offering help to a complainer can become draining, as they rarely implement advice. Stoicism teaches us to preserve our energy, understanding that real growth requires willingness. Instead of engaging deeply with those who resist change, it may be more effective to provide limited support and set boundaries, ensuring that we don't become entangled in a cycle of complaints. Another individual who may resist genuine help is the manipulator. These people use others to achieve their own ends, often without regard for others' well-being. When we help a manipulator, our efforts may be twisted to suit their agenda, leaving us feeling used or drained. Stoicism emphasizes clarity and honesty in relationships, and recognizing manipulation is essential to maintain our integrity. Rather than offering continued assistance to someone who takes advantage of kindness, it's wiser to set firm boundaries. This approach not only protects us, but also discourages their behavior, as manipulators often lose interest when they can't control others. Those who constantly avoid responsibility also benefit little from our assistance. This type of person often looks for others to solve their problems rather than facing their own challenges. When we offer help to those who refuse responsibility, we may inadvertently reinforce their dependence, preventing them from developing resilience. Stoicism teaches self-reliance, valuing growth through personal effort and accountability. By refraining from helping those who consistently avoid responsibility, we encourage them to find their own solutions. This approach fosters strength and independence, allowing both parties to engage in healthier, more balanced interactions. The self-centered person, who views relationships only through the lens of their own needs, also struggles to benefit from genuine help. They may seek support but rarely reciprocate, expecting others to prioritize their needs without consideration for balance. When we continually help someone who only takes, it creates an imbalanced relationship that drains energy and erodes mutual respect. Stoicism values reciprocal relationships where both parties contribute and benefit. By recognizing self-centered behavior, we protect our energy and encourage a more respectful approach. Offering limited support to those who don't reciprocate allows us to invest in relationships that nurture growth and mutual care. Another challenging type is the drama seeker. These individuals thrive on conflict and chaos, often drawing others into their emotional storms. Helping a drama seeker can feel like a never-ending task, as they frequently find themselves in new conflicts and crises. Stoicism promotes calm and stability, values that are difficult to maintain around constant drama. Offering help in these situations may only add fuel to the fire, as drama seekers often create more turmoil rather than seeking resolution. Instead of engaging deeply, it's wiser to offer compassion from a distance, protecting our own peace and allowing them the space to navigate their challenges independently. The envious person also tends to drain energy rather than benefit from assistance. When someone harbors envy, they may resent those who offer help, viewing their success or stability with jealousy. This mindset often prevents them from accepting genuine support, as they feel inadequate or defensive. Stoicism teaches gratitude and acceptance, qualities that are difficult to foster in the presence of envy. Recognizing this trait helps us approach relationships with awareness, understanding that envy can cloud judgment and breed resentment. By setting boundaries with envious individuals, we protect our peace and foster interactions rooted in respect rather than rivalry. Chronic victims who see themselves as powerless and blame others for their circumstances also struggle to benefit from help. These individuals often resist taking control of their lives, preferring instead to remain in a state of self-pity. When we invest energy in helping those who view themselves as victims, our efforts often go unheeded, as they are unwilling to adopt a proactive mindset. Stoicism encourages us to take responsibility for our reactions and choices, a perspective that chronic victims often resist. By offering limited support and encouraging self-empowerment, we avoid enabling a mindset of helplessness, fostering instead a path toward resilience and self-worth. Those who lack respect for others' boundaries may take advantage of help without appreciation or restraint. These individuals often impose their needs without regard for others' time, energy, or well-being. When we attempt to help someone who disregards boundaries, we risk feeling drained or resentful as they fail to acknowledge limits. Stoicism values respect and balance in relationships, qualities that are essential for mutual support. By enforcing our boundaries with those who don't respect them, we create space for healthier interactions and protect our peace. This approach ensures that our kindness is valued and not exploited, preserving the integrity of our relationships. Together, these insights guide us in discerning when to offer support and when to step back, cultivating relationships that nourish rather than drain us. Helping others is a noble act, but Stoicism reminds us to approach this compassion with wisdom, ensuring that our kindness contributes to growth and respect. By recognizing these patterns, we protect our own well-being, allowing us to invest in relationships that bring mutual strength, joy, and understanding. Each act of discernment becomes a step toward a balanced life, where our energy is directed toward those who genuinely value and benefit from our support. As we've explored the importance of choosing carefully where to invest our support, there is another area where Stoicism provides essential guidance: the care and resilience of our own bodies. While medicine is invaluable, the body has a remarkable capacity for self-healing when we align with nature's principles. By focusing on habits that promote balance, calm, and strength, we can foster recovery and wellness without solely relying on external remedies. These principles are subtle, yet profound, offering ways to create an environment where the body thrives, even in the face of illness. The foundation of physical resilience lies in a mindset of calm acceptance. When we face discomfort or sickness with resistance, we increase tension and stress, which can impede recovery. Stoicism teaches us to approach hardship, including physical illness, with an attitude of acceptance, allowing us to focus on healing without anxiety. By cultivating inner calm, we support the body's natural healing processes, freeing up energy for recovery rather than stress. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It's about easing the mind and creating a mental space that supports healing. Rest is another essential principle that many overlook. In a world that often values constant productivity, rest is sometimes seen as a luxury, but it's vital for recovery. During rest, the body repairs and renews itself, addressing both physical and mental stresses. Stoicism values balance, and rest is the ultimate way to honor that balance in times of illness. When we give ourselves permission to rest without guilt, we create a supportive environment for healing. This approach allows us to return to health with renewed strength rather than pushing ourselves too hard, which can lead to further setbacks. Breath awareness is a simple yet powerful tool that supports the body's resilience. Conscious breathing helps reduce stress, oxygenates the blood, and brings a sense of calm. When we pay attention to our breath, we can ease tension, lower anxiety, and foster a state of relaxation that supports healing. Stoicism encourages us to be mindful of the present moment, and breath awareness anchors us there. This habit serves as a bridge between the mind and body, offering a sense of peace that aids in physical recovery. Breath awareness is free, accessible, and a vital part of restoring balance. Nutrition is another cornerstone of resilience. Food nourishes the body, providing essential vitamins and minerals that support the immune system. When we eat with awareness, choosing wholesome foods, we equip the body to handle illness more effectively. Stoicism values moderation, and this applies to our diet as well. By avoiding excess and focusing on nutrient-rich foods, we nurture the body's ability to heal. Mindful eating brings awareness to how food impacts us, fostering a relationship with nourishment that supports long-term health and resilience. Movement, even in gentle forms, is essential for keeping the body strong and flexible. Physical activity increases circulation, boosts energy, and helps the body eliminate toxins. While intense exercise may not be appropriate during illness, simple activities like stretching, walking, or even breathing exercises can stimulate recovery. Stoicism encourages us to respect our bodies and honor their limits, so movement should be mindful and adapted to our current state. This approach keeps the body engaged without strain, maintaining mobility and strength even in times of reduced health. Hydration is a fundamental aspect of health that supports every bodily function. Water aids in digestion, circulation, and detoxification, and it plays a crucial role in recovery. Stoicism values simplicity, and hydration is a simple yet powerful way to nurture well-being. By drinking enough water, we give our bodies the tools they need to flush out toxins and function optimally. Staying hydrated may seem basic, but it is essential for resilience, offering a straightforward way to support the body's natural healing abilities. The mind-body connection is another principle that profoundly impacts recovery. Thoughts and emotions can influence physical health, as stress or negativity can weaken the immune response. Stoicism teaches that we have control over our inner state, which in turn affects our outer condition. By cultivating positive, calming thoughts and avoiding undue worry, we create an inner environment that supports healing. Focusing on thoughts that uplift rather than drag us down strengthens the mind-body connection, allowing us to foster resilience from within. Gratitude also plays a significant role in healing. When we shift our focus from what's lacking to what we have, it creates a positive mental state that impacts the body. Gratitude releases tension and brings a sense of peace, both of which are beneficial for recovery. Stoicism values appreciation for life's simple gifts, and gratitude aligns us with this principle. By recognizing the body's efforts to heal, we encourage a mindset that supports resilience, reducing stress, and allowing for a smoother path to recovery. Sunlight exposure is another natural remedy that often goes underappreciated. Sunlight provides vitamin D, essential for immune health and mental well-being. Spending time outdoors, even briefly, invigorates the body and mind, lifting our spirits and enhancing resilience. Stoicism values harmony with nature, and sunlight is a simple way to connect with the natural world. By making sunlight a regular part of our routine, we give the body a natural boost, supporting both physical and emotional health. Laughter is a principle that enriches the healing process. Laughing reduces stress, boosts immunity, and fosters a sense of well-being. While laughter may not cure illness, it strengthens resilience and creates a positive outlook, which is invaluable during recovery. Stoicism recognizes the importance of perspective, and laughter shifts our view from heaviness to lightness. By embracing humor, even in difficult times, we nurture a spirit of hope and optimism that supports the body's natural healing. Each of these principles aligns with the Stoic view of working with nature to foster health and resilience. Through acceptance, rest, breath awareness, and other mindful practices, we create an environment that supports the body's natural capacity to heal. By respecting our bodies and following these simple practices, we reinforce the foundation of health, helping us recover with strength, peace, and vitality. Stoicism offers us the wisdom to approach illness with patience and self-care, allowing us to harness the power of these timeless principles for a life of well-being and balance. Having explored the principles that support the body's natural healing, we now turn to another vital area of Stoic wisdom: how to handle disrespect with strength and composure. Navigating relationships where respect is lacking can be one of life's greatest challenges. Yet, Stoicism offers powerful attitudes that disarm those who undermine our dignity, enabling us to respond without lowering ourselves to anger or resentment. These attitudes protect our inner peace and cultivate resilience, allowing us to stand firm in our values while disengaging from negativity. Each approach serves as a guide to managing difficult interactions with clarity and calm, preserving self-respect and inner balance. The first attitude to embody is detachment. When faced with disrespect, detachment allows us to observe the situation without becoming emotionally entangled. Instead of reacting with frustration, we create mental space, viewing the other person's actions as a reflection of their own issues, not a measure of our worth. This distance helps us maintain composure, seeing disrespect as something external rather than personal. Detachment keeps us anchored, reminding us that our self-worth isn't defined by others' opinions. By holding this perspective, we disarm the power of disrespect and protect our peace. Self-confidence is another essential attitude. People are often drawn to belittle those who appear uncertain or insecure. When we project self-assurance, we communicate that we know our own value, regardless of how others may view us. This quiet confidence acts as a shield, deflecting negativity and preventing others from diminishing our sense of self. Self-confidence isn't arrogance, it's a steady belief in our worth and abilities. By cultivating this inner strength, we create a presence that commands respect without needing to demand it, naturally discouraging disrespectful behavior. Patience is a powerful tool in disarming disrespect. Quick reactions often escalate conflict, while patience allows us to approach situations thoughtfully. When we remain patient, we show that we are not easily provoked, demonstrating control over our emotions. Patience enables us to listen without reacting impulsively, giving us the clarity to choose our response wisely. This attitude shows others that we are not easily unsettled, fostering respect through our calm endurance. Patience transforms potential conflicts into opportunities for understanding, diffusing tension, and keeping interactions balanced. Respect for ourselves and others is another key attitude that disarms negativity. When we show respect, even to those who may not deserve it, we set a higher standard. Respecting others doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Rather, it means treating every interaction with integrity. This approach models the behavior we wish to receive, often encouraging others to mirror our demeanor. By consistently showing respect, we communicate that our values are not swayed by others' actions. This strength of character quietly challenges disrespect, as people tend to adjust their behavior in the presence of consistent respect. Emotional control is crucial in managing disrespect. When we allow anger or frustration to take over, we give away our power. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in mastering our reactions. By remaining composed, we take control of the situation, refusing to let others dictate our emotional state. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing feelings. It means responding with clarity rather than reacting out of impulse. This steadiness disarms disrespect, as those who seek to provoke us often find themselves at a loss when met with calm resolve. Maintaining emotional control signals resilience, showing others that our peace cannot be easily disturbed. Kindness is a surprising yet effective attitude in the face of disrespect. Responding with kindness, rather than hostility, often disarms those who expect a defensive reaction. Kindness reflects our own values, not the behavior of others. When we meet disrespect with kindness, we show that we are not influenced by negativity. This approach can soften even the hardest interactions, as it demonstrates a strength of character that refuses to stoop to anger. Kindness is not weakness. It's a deliberate choice to uphold our principles, often leaving a lasting impression that encourages others to reevaluate their own behavior. Setting boundaries is another essential attitude that protects us from disrespect. Boundaries clarify what we will and will not tolerate, establishing respect in relationships. By communicating our limits calmly but firmly, we protect our well-being while allowing others the chance to adjust. Boundaries are a sign of self-respect, signaling that while we are open to healthy interactions, we will not accept behavior that diminishes our dignity. This approach creates a clear framework within which respect can thrive, making it easier for others to understand how to engage with us appropriately. A sense of humor can transform how we handle disrespect. Humor lightens tension, preventing us from taking negativity too seriously. By finding amusement in difficult situations, we distance ourselves from the emotional weight of disrespect. Humor allows us to see the absurdity in others' attempts to belittle us, making it easier to respond with lightheartedness rather than frustration. This attitude disarms negativity, as people rarely know how to respond when met with a smile or laugh rather than anger. Humor diffuses conflict, helping us keep perspective and protecting our peace. Together, these attitudes offer a powerful toolkit for handling disrespect with dignity and calm. By embodying detachment, self-confidence, patience, respect, emotional control, kindness, boundaries, and humor, we navigate difficult interactions without compromising our values. Stoicism provides the wisdom to remain steady and resilient, reminding us that true strength lies in maintaining our inner balance. Each of these principles empowers us to disarm disrespect without losing ourselves, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and self-respect. As we've explored the strength that comes from handling disrespect with calm resilience, there's an even deeper form of power in acknowledging our own vulnerabilities. Stoic wisdom teaches that true courage lies not only in appearing strong, but in embracing our weaknesses, turning them into sources of growth and understanding. This form of self-acceptance may seem counterintuitive in a world that values strength and self-assurance, yet it offers a path to profound self-awareness and inner peace. By accepting our imperfections, we move beyond the facade of invulnerability, opening ourselves to genuine growth and connection. In these pages, we'll discover the hidden strength that lies in embracing our weaknesses and the transformative impact it can have on our lives. The first step in embracing vulnerability is recognizing that weakness does not diminish our worth. Society often equates weakness with failure, but Stoicism teaches us that human imperfections are part of our shared existence. By accepting our flaws, we lift the weight of perfectionism, allowing ourselves to live more freely. This acceptance of our own limitations fosters compassion toward ourselves, reducing the fear and shame that often accompany imperfection. When we acknowledge that our worth isn't defined by an unrealistic ideal, we become more open to growth, understanding that vulnerability is a natural part of the human experience. Another powerful aspect of vulnerability is that it encourages self-honesty. When we confront our weaknesses openly, we engage in a form of truthfulness that liberates us from self-deception. It takes courage to admit when we're struggling, but this honesty creates a foundation of strength. Facing the truth about ourselves allows us to work on areas that need improvement, and it fosters an attitude of humility. This self-honesty, nurtured through vulnerability, enables us to build resilience, as we're no longer hiding from our challenges, but actively engaging with them. Vulnerability also deepens our relationships. When we allow others to see our true selves, flaws included, it fosters genuine connection. People are drawn to authenticity, and sharing our struggles can break down barriers, creating empathy and understanding. Stoicism encourages self-reliance, but it also values community and connection. By embracing our own vulnerability, we give others permission to do the same, fostering relationships based on mutual support rather than pretenses. This openness cultivates trust, as we show that we're willing to share our true selves rather than only the parts we consider admirable. Embracing weakness also opens the door to learning. When we admit our limitations, we create space for growth. Stoicism teaches that life is a journey of self-improvement, and vulnerability is a crucial part of that journey. By acknowledging areas where we need help or guidance, we become receptive to knowledge and wisdom. This humility in seeking growth is a strength that supports lifelong learning, reminding us that we don't have to have all the answers. Instead, we grow by accepting that there's always more to learn, approaching each experience with an open mind. A hidden strength within vulnerability is the resilience it fosters. When we accept our weaknesses, we develop the flexibility to adapt rather than breaking under pressure. Vulnerability teaches us to embrace setbacks as part of life, reducing the fear of failure that often hinders progress. By accepting that mistakes and challenges are part of the path, we build mental fortitude. This resilience allows us to face adversity without the need for perfection, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to strengthen both our character and our resolve. Self-compassion grows naturally from vulnerability. When we recognize our own limitations, we cultivate kindness toward ourselves, understanding that perfection is neither possible nor necessary. This self-compassion allows us to move forward without harsh self-judgment, which often holds us back more than any external obstacle. Stoicism values self-respect, and vulnerability deepens this respect by reminding us that our worth doesn't hinge on flawlessness. This compassionate perspective frees us to pursue growth without the heavy burden of self-criticism, fostering a sense of inner peace and acceptance. Vulnerability also fosters creativity. When we embrace our imperfections, we become less fearful of taking risks, opening up new avenues for expression and innovation. Creativity thrives when we feel free to explore, unencumbered by the need to get everything right. By accepting our limitations, we allow ourselves to experiment, learn, and discover without the fear of failure. This openness to creativity enhances our lives, offering fresh perspectives and enriching our experiences. Vulnerability fuels creative thinking by encouraging us to see possibilities where we might otherwise see only obstacles. Another benefit of embracing weakness is that it sharpens our empathy. When we acknowledge our own struggles, we become more understanding of others' challenges. Stoicism teaches us to treat others with compassion, and vulnerability deepens this compassion by reminding us that everyone faces difficulties. This empathy allows us to connect with others on a more profound level, creating a sense of shared humanity. By recognizing our own challenges, we become more patient, supportive, and accepting of others, fostering a community grounded in understanding rather than judgment. Self-growth is a natural result of embracing vulnerability. When we accept our imperfections, we create space to work on ourselves without fear or shame. This approach encourages personal development as we see our weaknesses not as failures, but as areas for growth. Stoicism values the pursuit of excellence, and vulnerability aligns with this value by promoting continuous self-improvement. By focusing on growth rather than perfection, we cultivate a mindset that welcomes change and encourages resilience, empowering us to become better each day. Vulnerability also cultivates humility, an essential trait in Stoic philosophy. By accepting our limitations, we remain grounded, understanding that we are part of something larger than ourselves. Humility frees us from the need to prove ourselves constantly, allowing us to approach life with curiosity rather than ego. This humble perspective reminds us that everyone has strengths and weaknesses, fostering respect for both our own journey and that of others. Humility, born of vulnerability, keeps us open to learning and growth, reinforcing the idea that life is a shared experience. One of the most empowering aspects of vulnerability is that it strengthens authenticity. When we embrace our flaws, we become more aligned with our true selves, unafraid to show who we really are. This authenticity brings a sense of liberation, as we no longer feel the need to wear masks or uphold appearances. Living authentically allows us to connect deeply with ourselves and others, as we are no longer constrained by societal expectations. Stoicism values truth and self-awareness, and authenticity is a natural outcome of embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability also encourages mindfulness. When we face our weaknesses openly, we become more present, as we're no longer distracted by attempts to hide or deny our flaws. This mindfulness fosters a deeper connection with each moment, allowing us to experience life fully without the weight of self-criticism. By being present with our imperfections, we cultivate acceptance and peace, experiencing life as it is rather than how we think it should be. This practice nurtures a sense of gratitude as we appreciate the journey without needing it to be flawless. Embracing vulnerability reduces the fear of judgment. When we are comfortable with our imperfections, we no longer feel the need to seek approval or validation from others. This freedom from judgment empowers us to live according to our values, unburdened by the opinions of others. Stoicism teaches that our worth isn't defined by external standards, and vulnerability reinforces this principle by strengthening our self-assurance. This attitude encourages us to live with integrity, staying true to ourselves without fear of criticism or rejection. Vulnerability deepens our sense of gratitude. When we accept both our strengths and weaknesses, we begin to see the value in every experience. This balanced view fosters gratitude for life's complexities, recognizing that both challenges and joys contribute to our growth. Stoicism teaches appreciation for life as it is, and vulnerability aligns with this view by embracing each part of the journey. Gratitude born of vulnerability enriches our lives, allowing us to find meaning and purpose in every moment, regardless of its perceived flaws. Through these practices, Stoicism shows us that strength is not about hiding imperfections, but embracing them. Vulnerability, far from being a weakness, is a source of resilience, compassion, and wisdom. Each of these principles allows us to approach life with openness, self-respect, and a deep sense of inner peace. By recognizing the hidden strength in our weaknesses, we transform challenges into opportunities for growth, fostering a life that's authentic, balanced, and full of purpose. Transitioning from the power found in embracing our vulnerabilities, there's another deeply Stoic concept that often goes unrecognized, yet holds immense value: living as a quiet influence, a subtle but enduring force for good in a world filled with noise and constant self-promotion. Rather than demanding attention or seeking recognition, the Stoic approach embraces the power of silent guidance, impacting others not through words, but through action, integrity, and quiet resilience. By becoming an invisible guide, we learn to lead without force, teaching by example, and remaining firmly rooted in our principles. This way of living can be transformative, leaving a lasting impact on those around us without the need for acknowledgement or praise. One of the first principles of living as an invisible guide is embodying consistency. Consistency in our actions speaks volumes without a single word. It shows others that we are dependable and that our values guide us unwaveringly. When others see this level of commitment, they often find inspiration to pursue similar values in their own lives. By maintaining integrity and living according to our principles, we offer a stable example that stands out amid the uncertainty and inconsistency of the world. Consistency requires no announcement. It simply is, and that quiet, steady presence is often more powerful than any loud display. Another essential element of quiet influence is self-restraint. In a world where reacting impulsively is common, self-restraint becomes a rare quality that others notice and respect. By managing our emotions and reactions, we demonstrate control over ourselves, teaching by example how to handle life's challenges calmly. This practice doesn't require words. It's a silent strength that shows others that emotional discipline is possible. When we refrain from engaging in unnecessary conflicts or heated debates, we create a sense of calm and stability that draws people toward us, teaching them the power of restraint without a single lecture. Humility is also a vital trait in living as an invisible guide. When we act without seeking recognition, we remove the need for validation, allowing our actions to speak for themselves. Humility is the quiet force that reminds us that making a difference doesn't require acknowledgement. In fact, influence often grows more profoundly when it's not attached to the need for personal praise. This modesty encourages others to focus on their own actions and values, inspiring them to contribute meaningfully rather than seeking applause. Humility turns our focus outward, prioritizing impact over image, and in doing so, it creates a legacy that speaks for itself. Empathy, though often silent, is another cornerstone of quiet influence. By understanding others' perspectives without judgment or intrusion, we foster connections that are based on mutual respect. Empathy doesn't need to be vocal. It can be conveyed through a listening ear, a gentle presence, or a simple act of kindness. When we show empathy in a calm, understated way, we create a space where others feel safe to express themselves without fear of criticism. This compassionate approach encourages others to do the same, fostering a cycle of respect and understanding that extends beyond us. Patience, too, becomes a powerful tool when guiding invisibly. In a world that often demands immediate results, patience stands out as a quiet but powerful force. By waiting, observing, and choosing the right moment to act, we teach others that true influence doesn't need to be rushed. Patience allows us to respond rather than react, to offer guidance when it's most needed rather than when it's most convenient. This calm timing not only enhances our own peace, but serves as an example to others, showing them that lasting impact often requires a gentle, measured approach. Another element of living as an invisible guide is leading by example. When we live according to our principles without preaching, we allow our actions to demonstrate our values. This approach creates a form of silent mentorship, as others see what it looks like to live with integrity and purpose. Leading by example is powerful because it respects others' autonomy, inviting them to observe and learn without feeling pressured or judged. This gentle guidance often resonates more deeply than direct advice, as people are naturally inspired by actions over words. Forgiveness is also a subtle but impactful part of quiet influence. When we forgive without fanfare, we show others that peace doesn't come from holding grudges, but from letting go. Forgiveness, in its quiet form, encourages others to consider a path of understanding and compassion over bitterness. This silent release of resentment demonstrates a strength that transcends words, teaching others that inner freedom is possible. By forgiving calmly, we lead by example, showing that true resilience includes the ability to move forward without the weight of past grievances. Adaptability is another trait that enhances quiet influence. By remaining flexible and open to change without resistance or complaint, we model resilience and resourcefulness. Adaptability shows others that life's unpredictability doesn't need to disrupt inner peace. Instead of vocalizing frustrations, we navigate challenges with a calm, adaptive approach, demonstrating that flexibility can lead to a more harmonious life. This quiet adaptability encourages others to approach their own challenges with an open mind, seeing change not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth. Gratitude as an unspoken attitude shapes how we influence those around us. When we practice gratitude without showcasing it, we emanate a quiet contentment that others can sense. This understated appreciation for life creates an inviting atmosphere, one that encourages others to see the beauty in their own lives. Gratitude, when lived rather than declared, becomes a source of quiet inspiration, reminding others that fulfillment comes from valuing what we have rather than constantly seeking more. This silent gratitude fosters a sense of peace that has the power to ripple outward, inspiring others to look for the positives in their own experiences. Through these practices, Stoicism teaches us that true influence doesn't require attention or applause. By embodying qualities such as consistency, restraint, humility, empathy, patience, forgiveness, adaptability, and gratitude, we become invisible guides, impacting others in ways that are subtle yet profound. Living this way allows us to be a steady, quiet force in the world, teaching by example and creating lasting change without a single demand for recognition. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful guidance is the kind that leaves room for others to find their own way. Moving from the quiet strength of guiding others subtly, there is another profound Stoic approach that transforms our inner lives, channeling restlessness and discontent into purpose. In a world where dissatisfaction often leaves us searching for meaning, Stoicism teaches that restlessness isn't something to be stifled. Instead, it can become a catalyst for personal growth and direction. This practice helps us embrace discomfort, guiding us to turn unease into intentional, purposeful action rather than frustration or idleness. By learning to work with our discontent, we unlock the potential to move toward fulfillment with focus and clarity. The first step in channeling restlessness is to view it as a signal rather than a nuisance. Often, feelings of unease are messages from within, pointing toward areas in our life that need attention. When we see restlessness as a clue, it becomes easier to listen rather than resist. This awareness shifts our focus from escaping discomfort to understanding it, allowing us to uncover insights that lead to meaningful change. By treating discontent as a form of guidance, we open ourselves to growth, using it as a compass for where to focus our energy and actions. Acceptance of restlessness is essential in this transformation. Instead of battling with discomfort or wishing it away, we recognize it as part of the human experience. Accepting restlessness doesn't mean giving in to it. It means acknowledging its presence without letting it take control. This calm acceptance removes the need to resist or suppress these feelings, giving us the space to consider how to direct them constructively. In accepting our discomfort, we gain the freedom to act with intention rather than reaction, channeling restlessness into purposeful paths. Identifying specific sources of discontent is also a powerful way to direct restlessness. Often, vague unease arises when we haven't clearly defined what's bothering us. Stoicism encourages us to reflect and pinpoint the specific areas of life that feel unfulfilling or unresolved. By identifying the roots of our dissatisfaction, we give ourselves a clear starting point for change. This practice moves us from general frustration to focused action, breaking down overwhelming feelings into manageable steps toward improvement. Knowing what needs attention provides clarity, allowing us to use restlessness as fuel for targeted transformation. Self-discipline is key to channeling restlessness effectively. When we let discontent drive us impulsively, we may end up in a cycle of aimless searching. Self-discipline helps us stay grounded, guiding restlessness toward intentional goals rather than fleeting distractions. With discipline, we create structure and habits that support growth, turning unease into motivation without becoming reckless. This approach fosters consistency, reminding us that true purpose comes from steady effort rather than hasty actions. By cultivating discipline, we anchor our efforts, allowing restlessness to propel us forward without losing direction. Reflection on our values is also essential in transforming discontent into purpose. Often, restlessness arises when we stray from what truly matters to us. Stoicism encourages us to examine our values, reconnecting with the principles that give life meaning. When we realign with these values, our actions gain a sense of direction that soothes the unease. Reflection on values acts as a stabilizer, helping us distinguish between desires driven by external pressures and those rooted in personal significance. This grounding perspective allows us to channel our energy into pursuits that resonate deeply, creating a path of purpose that aligns with our inner convictions. Setting clear goals is another effective way to direct restlessness. Goals give structure to our efforts, turning abstract feelings into concrete steps. By creating achievable, meaningful objectives, we transform vague unease into focused ambition. These goals serve as markers of progress, offering a sense of purpose that counters feelings of aimlessness. Stoicism values practical action, and setting goals provides a way to act on restlessness constructively. Clear goals keep us engaged, reminding us that purpose is built through intentional actions rather than waiting for circumstances to change on their own. Patience is an essential quality when channeling restlessness. Often, we expect immediate change to relieve discomfort, but true growth takes time. Patience teaches us to see restlessness as part of a long-term journey rather than a problem to solve overnight. This perspective shifts our focus from short-term relief to sustainable growth, allowing us to move forward without becoming discouraged. Patience brings a sense of calm, reminding us that every step matters, no matter how small. By embracing patience, we transform restlessness into a steady, enduring drive toward a life of purpose. Continuous learning is another way to channel discontent productively. Restlessness often stems from a desire for growth or understanding, and engaging in learning fulfills this need constructively. Stoicism encourages lifelong learning as a means of self-improvement, and by pursuing knowledge, we satisfy our curiosity and expand our skills. Continuous learning prevents restlessness from becoming stagnant, offering a constructive outlet that adds value to our lives. This mindset turns unease into motivation, inspiring us to explore new ideas, perspectives, and skills that enhance our purpose and enrich our experiences. Adaptability is also crucial when working with restlessness. Life is unpredictable, and rigid plans often lead to frustration when they don't unfold as expected. Adaptability allows us to adjust without losing our sense of direction, turning setbacks into opportunities. This flexibility is essential in channeling discontent, as it helps us navigate changes without feeling discouraged. Stoicism teaches that our response to circumstances defines our experience, and adaptability empowers us to move forward gracefully. By remaining open to adjustments, we allow restlessness to guide us without becoming trapped by limitations, keeping us resilient and focused. Resilience is built through embracing challenges, and restlessness often points toward areas where we need to grow stronger. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, we can use discontent as motivation to face them head-on. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to build resilience, turning unease into a source of empowerment. This approach aligns with Stoic values, as we learn that adversity strengthens us rather than hinders us. By engaging with challenges, we build a foundation of resilience that transforms restlessness into a steady force for personal growth and purpose. Mindfulness helps us manage restlessness by bringing awareness to the present moment. Often, discontent arises when we dwell on the past or worry about the future. Mindfulness anchors us in the here and now, allowing us to experience life as it unfolds, rather than through a lens of dissatisfaction. This presence reduces the anxiety associated with restlessness, offering a calm space from which to act intentionally. Mindfulness helps us approach unease with clarity, observing our thoughts and feelings without being controlled by them. This awareness provides balance, allowing us to use restlessness as a tool rather than a distraction. Self-compassion is also a key aspect of transforming restlessness. Often, we judge ourselves harshly for feeling uneasy, as if discontent were a flaw. Self-compassion teaches us to approach these feelings with kindness, recognizing that they are part of being human. By embracing our restlessness without self-criticism, we create a space for growth without pressure. This compassionate perspective softens the experience, allowing us to channel discontent into purpose without feeling weighed down by guilt or frustration. Self-compassion transforms restlessness into a gentle motivation, encouraging us to pursue growth with understanding and patience. Building a sense of gratitude transforms how we perceive restlessness. When we focus on what's lacking, unease grows stronger. Gratitude shifts our attention to what we already have, creating a balance that tempers discontent. This doesn't mean ignoring our desires for change. It means approaching them from a place of appreciation rather than lack. Gratitude allows us to pursue purpose with a sense of fulfillment, reducing the urgency of restlessness. This practice fosters contentment, reminding us that while we work toward our goals, there is already much in our lives to appreciate. Service to others provides a powerful channel for restlessness. When we direct our energy toward helping those around us, our own concerns often diminish. Service gives purpose to our actions, transforming discontent into a drive for positive impact. Stoicism values contributing to the common good, and by serving others, we find fulfillment that reduces feelings of aimlessness. This outward focus allows us to use our energy in a meaningful way, turning restlessness into a force for good. Service not only enriches others' lives, but also brings a deeper sense of purpose to our own, creating a cycle of mutual growth and support. Through these approaches, Stoicism teaches us to work with restlessness rather than against it. By embracing unease as a catalyst for growth, we learn to channel discontent into purposeful action, creating a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. Each principle guides us toward clarity and fulfillment, reminding us that restlessness isn't a flaw, it's an invitation to live with intention, resilience, and purpose. In this way, we turn discomfort into a path of self-discovery, transforming challenges into stepping stones on the journey to a meaningful life. Transitioning from the power of channeling restlessness into purpose, we now explore a concept that touches something deeper, a form of beauty that transcends physical appearance. In a world that constantly emphasizes external image, Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus from the mirror to our inner qualities, cultivating self-worth that cannot be measured by superficial standards. This path to inner beauty is rooted in character, values, and resilience, fostering a sense of self-respect that shines beyond outward appearance. By embracing this approach, we find a grounded confidence that neither fades with time nor depends on validation from others, but instead grows from within. The journey toward internal beauty begins with a commitment to authenticity. When we prioritize how others perceive us over who we truly are, we lose touch with our unique character. Authenticity means embracing both our strengths and our flaws, accepting ourselves without the need for constant approval. This genuine self-acceptance projects a confidence that goes far beyond physical appearance. By living authentically, we build self-respect that doesn't rely on others' opinions. This inner truthfulness becomes a source of radiance that is felt rather than seen, creating a foundation of self-worth rooted in honesty. Self-respect is another cornerstone of internal beauty. When we respect ourselves, we establish a boundary that prevents us from seeking validation in shallow ways. Self-respect encourages us to engage in actions that align with our values rather than conforming to societal pressures. It fosters a sense of integrity, allowing us to feel good about who we are, regardless of external judgment. This deep respect for ourselves shines through in our actions, words, and presence, projecting a beauty that is built on dignity rather than appearance. By honoring our own worth, we cultivate a confidence that is steady and unwavering. Cultivating kindness is essential in creating a beauty that transcends the physical. In a world where comparison often leads to envy or judgment, kindness sets us apart. When we show genuine care and empathy, we connect with others in a way that brings warmth and sincerity to every interaction. This kindness reflects our inner values, drawing people to us naturally. Stoicism values compassion, and when we practice kindness consistently, we enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. This gentle approach to life creates a beauty that is felt deeply, leaving a lasting impact on those we encounter. Gratitude is another practice that enhances internal beauty. When we focus on the positive aspects of life, we foster a sense of contentment that radiates outward. Gratitude shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing us to appreciate what we have rather than fixating on what we lack. This mindset creates a peaceful, grounded presence that others can sense. Stoicism teaches us to be thankful for the present moment, and by practicing gratitude, we nurture an inner beauty that is rooted in appreciation. This inner richness brings a calm strength to our interactions, as we are no longer driven by superficial desires. Resilience adds another layer to our inner beauty. Life presents challenges that test our character, and the ability to navigate difficulties with grace enhances our self-worth. Resilience is a form of inner strength that grows each time we overcome adversity. When we approach setbacks with calm and perseverance, we build a beauty that is not diminished by hardship. Stoicism values resilience as a means of growth, and each challenge faced builds a strength that cannot be taken away. This inner fortitude brings a grounded presence, showing others that true beauty lies in our ability to rise above challenges. Self-discipline also contributes to cultivating internal beauty. Discipline shapes our habits, guiding us to make choices that align with our values and long-term well-being. When we practice self-discipline, we act with purpose rather than impulse, developing a character that others respect. This inner control helps us stay aligned with what truly matters, fostering a sense of self-worth that isn't swayed by fleeting desires. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and self-discipline is a powerful way to reinforce this principle. The consistency we build through discipline enhances our inner beauty, creating a calm, focused presence. Patience is a quality that deepens our inner beauty. In a fast-paced world, patience becomes a rare trait that others notice and appreciate. When we approach life with patience, we communicate a sense of calm and understanding. This patience creates a space where others feel valued, as we are willing to listen and respond thoughtfully rather than rushing. Stoicism teaches that patience allows us to see the bigger picture, helping us avoid impulsive reactions. This calm perspective fosters inner beauty, as it reflects a peaceful confidence that draws others in. Patience creates a quiet grace that enhances every interaction. Integrity is another essential quality in developing self-worth. When we live in alignment with our values, we build a foundation of trust with ourselves and others. Integrity means doing what is right, even when it goes unnoticed, creating a form of inner beauty that is consistent and unwavering. This adherence to our principles fosters a sense of respect for ourselves, as we know we are living true to our beliefs. Stoicism values integrity as a form of self-respect, and when we practice it daily, it becomes a steady source of inner strength. This trustworthiness shines through in our actions, creating a beauty that is authentic and enduring. Humility also enhances our internal beauty. In a society that often prizes self-promotion, humility becomes a refreshing trait that others respect. Humility means recognizing our own strengths without needing to elevate ourselves above others. This quiet confidence fosters a sense of equality, allowing us to connect with people sincerely. Stoicism values humility, as it keeps us grounded and open to learning. By practicing humility, we cultivate an inner beauty that draws others in, creating a presence that is inviting rather than intimidating. This modesty enriches our lives, reminding us that self-worth doesn't require praise or recognition. Forgiveness is a powerful practice that frees us from the burden of grudges and resentment, enhancing our inner beauty. When we forgive, we release anger and bitterness, making room for peace and compassion. Forgiveness isn't about condoning wrongdoings. It's about choosing not to let them define our inner state. This release brings a sense of lightness, allowing us to move forward without the weight of the past. Stoicism encourages forgiveness as a means of finding inner peace, and this practice enhances our beauty by cultivating a calm and open heart. Forgiveness reflects a maturity that resonates deeply, inspiring others by example. Self-acceptance plays a vital role in cultivating inner beauty. Embracing who we are, with all our strengths and imperfections, fosters a deep sense of peace. When we accept ourselves fully, we no longer feel pressured to conform to external expectations. This self-acceptance projects a natural confidence that others are drawn to, as it reflects a contentment that cannot be shaken. Stoicism values self-acceptance, encouraging us to work with our nature rather than fighting it. This approach enhances our inner beauty, as it brings a sense of wholeness that resonates deeply, reminding others that true worth comes from within. Living mindfully enhances our presence, adding depth to our inner beauty. Mindfulness means being fully engaged in the present moment, allowing us to experience life with awareness and appreciation. This practice creates a calm, attentive presence that others find comforting, as it shows we are genuinely invested in each interaction. Stoicism values mindfulness as a way to stay connected to reality, helping us focus on what truly matters. By practicing mindfulness, we foster an inner beauty that reflects peace and attention, showing others that presence and care are the essence of meaningful connection. Courage is an essential component of self-worth. When we face fears and take actions that align with our values, we build confidence that is grounded in integrity. Courage allows us to pursue what matters, even in the face of obstacles. This strength of character becomes a form of beauty that others recognize, as it reflects a commitment to growth and resilience. Stoicism teaches that courage is essential for living a fulfilled life, and by practicing it, we develop a confidence that doesn't waver in the face of challenges. This bravery fosters self-worth that shines from within, reminding us that true beauty lies in our strength, to pursue what we believe in. Together, these practices form a path to inner beauty that is resilient, authentic, and enduring. By focusing on qualities such as authenticity, kindness, resilience, and courage, we cultivate self-worth that is unshaken by the changing standards of society. Stoicism guides us to look beyond the mirror, helping us see that our true value comes from character and integrity. This inner strength creates a beauty that transcends physical appearance, reminding us and others that self-worth is built from within. Through these principles, we find a confidence that grows with time, a beauty that resonates deeply, and a life that reflects our truest values. Having explored the strength that comes from cultivating inner beauty and self-worth beyond appearances, we now turn to a powerful Stoic technique for managing negativity, mental Aikido. Just as Aikido redirects an opponent's energy without force, mental Aikido helps us deflect negativity, allowing us to stay composed and calm. This practice doesn't require us to push back against negative energy or let it penetrate our peace. Instead, we use it as an opportunity to strengthen our resilience, understanding, and balance. Through Stoic deflection, we learn to face negativity gracefully, transforming potential conflict into an opportunity for growth. The first step in practicing mental Aikido is understanding that negativity, whether from external events or others' words, doesn't have to become part of us. Often, we absorb negative energy by personalizing it, feeling hurt, or reacting impulsively. Stoicism teaches that we can observe negativity without identifying with it. By seeing negative situations as external, we detach emotionally, allowing us to choose our response wisely. This detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means creating a mental buffer that shields us from absorbing unnecessary stress. This way, negativity flows around us without sticking, preserving our inner peace. Learning to pause is essential in this practice. When we encounter negativity, our instinct may be to respond immediately. Yet a momentary pause creates space, allowing us to process without reacting impulsively. This pause acts as a shield, giving us the time to assess the situation objectively. Stoicism values the power of choice, and a brief pause reinforces this power, preventing negativity from dictating our response. By pausing, we create a calm foundation, deciding how to address the situation with clarity rather than allowing emotions to take over. This mental stillness becomes a form of strength, showing that our peace isn't easily disturbed. Reframing is another key technique in mental Aikido. When negativity comes our way, we can reinterpret its meaning, turning a potential trigger into an opportunity. Stoicism encourages us to find value in every experience, even those that seem challenging. By reframing, we shift our perspective, seeing obstacles as lessons and criticism as a chance to improve. This positive reinterpretation empowers us to handle negativity with grace, transforming its impact. Instead of feeling attacked, we view difficult situations as tools for growth, reinforcing our resilience and preserving our balance. Another powerful tool is empathy. When we face negativity from others, we often assume malintent, but empathy allows us to consider the reasons behind their actions. Perhaps they are facing their own struggles or simply lack emotional awareness. By responding with empathy, we deflect negativity without absorbing it, recognizing that it may have little to do with us personally. This understanding creates a compassionate distance, allowing us to let go of resentment. Empathy helps us address situations calmly, turning potential conflict into an opportunity for connection or understanding. This approach doesn't require agreement, only a willingness to see beyond surface tension. Self-control is crucial in redirecting negativity. When others try to provoke us, responding with anger only feeds the negative energy. By exercising self-control, We deny negativity the reaction it seeks, preserving our peace. Stoicism values emotional mastery, and self-control allows us to remain steady amid turbulence. This restraint shows that we're not easily shaken, making it difficult for negativity to find a foothold. Self-control isn't suppression, it's the choice to respond with wisdom rather than reacting impulsively. By maintaining composure, we deflect negativity effortlessly, using self-discipline to sustain inner calm. Silence is a surprisingly effective technique in mental Aikido. In some situations, choosing not to respond can be the strongest statement. Silence demonstrates confidence and calm, showing that we don't feel compelled to engage in negativity. Stoicism teaches that not every situation requires a response. Sometimes, silence speaks volumes. This quiet deflection prevents us from becoming entangled in unnecessary arguments, allowing us to move forward without disruption. Silence isn't avoidance. It's a deliberate choice to let go of conflict that doesn't serve us. By practicing this restraint, we disarm negativity, preserving our energy for more meaningful pursuits. Focusing on what we can control is essential in managing negativity. Often, frustration arises from trying to change things beyond our reach. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of directing energy toward what we can influence. By focusing on our own thoughts, actions, and reactions, we prevent external negativity from consuming us. This focus reminds us that we hold the power over our responses, regardless of outside circumstances. Instead of battling against the uncontrollable, we channel our energy into positive actions within our influence. This perspective frees us from unnecessary stress, enabling us to handle challenges calmly and effectively. Practicing gratitude can also transform negativity into a positive experience. Gratitude shifts our attention from what's wrong to what's right, grounding us in appreciation rather than dissatisfaction. When faced with negativity, focusing on what we're thankful for provides balance, reminding us of life's blessings despite the challenges. Stoicism encourages a mindset of gratitude, helping us see each moment as valuable. This approach diminishes the power of negativity as our attention is directed toward abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude becomes a shield, softening the impact of negative events by reinforcing a sense of contentment and resilience. Boundaries are essential for preserving peace in the face of persistent negativity. When we encounter individuals or situations that consistently drain us, setting limits protects our well-being. Boundaries aren't barriers, they are guidelines that define how we allow others to treat us. Stoicism values self-respect, and boundaries are a form of respect for our own peace. By establishing clear boundaries, we create a safe space where negativity cannot intrude. This approach allows us to engage with others on our terms, preventing their actions from affecting our inner state. Boundaries empower us to interact without sacrificing our peace, maintaining our calm and strength. Self-awareness enhances our ability to deflect negativity. When we're aware of our triggers, we're better equipped to handle challenging situations calmly. Self-awareness helps us understand why certain situations or comments affect us, allowing us to address the root cause rather than reacting impulsively. Stoicism values self-knowledge as it fosters growth and resilience. By identifying our vulnerabilities, we gain insight into how to protect our peace. Self-awareness becomes a tool for mental Aikido, enabling us to respond to negativity without being controlled by it. This understanding empowers us to face challenges with clarity, turning potential triggers into opportunities for self-reflection. Letting go of the need to be right also enhances our ability to manage negativity. Often, conflict escalates when we feel compelled to prove our point. Stoicism teaches that truth doesn't require constant validation, and releasing this need brings freedom. By letting go of the need to win arguments, we preserve our peace, understanding that true strength lies in our calm presence. This approach reduces tension as we no longer feel threatened by differing opinions. Instead of battling for control, we listen openly, allowing us to engage without conflict. Letting go of the need to be right turns potential arguments into opportunities for connection, reinforcing our inner calm. Visualization can help us manage negativity by mentally rehearsing how we'd like to respond in challenging situations. Visualization strengthens our resolve, preparing us to stay calm when negativity arises. By picturing ourselves responding with grace, we reinforce positive responses that become second nature. Stoicism values mental preparation as it equips us to handle difficulties effectively. Visualization isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about preparing for them, ensuring that our responses align with our principles. This mental practice enhances our resilience, allowing us to meet negativity with calm and confidence. Reflecting on impermanence also aids in deflecting negativity. When we remember that all experiences are temporary, we become less attached to any single moment of discomfort. This perspective reduces the weight of negativity as we recognize that it too will pass. Stoicism teaches us to view life's events with perspective, reminding us that no challenge is permanent. By reflecting on impermanence, we develop resilience, understanding that negativity is a passing experience rather than a defining one. This outlook fosters calm, allowing us to handle challenges with grace, knowing that each moment is part of a larger journey. Seeking constructive meaning in negativity can transform its impact. When faced with criticism or setbacks, looking for valuable lessons turns potential frustration into growth. Stoicism values self-improvement, encouraging us to learn from all experiences. By viewing negativity as feedback, we extract insights that foster development, transforming adversity into an opportunity. This constructive approach shifts our focus from frustration to curiosity as we seek to understand rather than resist. By finding meaning in each experience, we turn negativity into a stepping stone, reinforcing our resilience and enriching our journey. Through these practices, Stoicism teaches us that negativity doesn't have to disrupt our peace or steer us off course. By practicing mental Aikido, deflecting negativity with calm resilience, empathy, and self-awareness, we preserve our inner strength, allowing challenges to refine rather than hinder us. Each principle reinforces our ability to stay grounded, reminding us that our responses shape our experience. This approach empowers us to meet negativity gracefully, turning potential conflict into an opportunity for growth, resilience, and understanding. Building on the powerful practice of mental Aikido, where we deflect negativity with calm resilience, we turn to another essential Stoic tool, creating a mental oasis for inner renewal. In the chaos of daily life, moments of calm can feel rare, yet Stoicism teaches us the value of cultivating a space within ourselves where peace, clarity, and strength can be restored. This practice, known as a micro-retreat, allows us to find moments of renewal even in the midst of our routines. By crafting these brief mental escapes, we nourish our minds, reduce stress, and build a lasting foundation of inner resilience, transforming our approach to life's demands. The first step in crafting a mental oasis is to cultivate presence. Presence anchors us in the current moment, grounding us amidst the chaos around us. Instead of getting caught up in thoughts of past regrets or future anxieties, we focus fully on the here and now. This presence brings clarity, allowing us to experience peace without distraction. In this moment, we learn to pause, quieting the mental noise that often clouds our inner calm. The beauty of presence is that it doesn't require hours of meditation. A few focused breaths are enough to root us in tranquility, offering a short yet powerful retreat from life's busyness. Mindful breathing is another core practice of the mental oasis. Conscious breathing soothes the mind and body, creating a pathway to relaxation. Inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly helps reset our mental state, reducing stress and clearing mental clutter. Stoicism values simplicity, and mindful breathing is a simple yet profound tool that restores calm. Each breath acts as a gentle reminder to release tension, helping us reconnect with inner balance. By returning to our breath regularly, we create a sanctuary within, a place we can retreat to no matter where we are or what we're facing. Visualization is also a powerful way to shape a mental oasis. By creating a vivid mental image of a peaceful scene, whether it's a quiet forest, a serene beach, or a tranquil garden, we transport ourselves to a place of calm. Visualization soothes the mind, drawing us away from stress and into a restorative space. This mental imagery gives our mind a break from daily worries, allowing us to recharge without leaving our surroundings. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, and while we may not change our external circumstances, we have the power to shape our inner landscape through visualization. Another essential element of a mental oasis is practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's lacking to what we have, creating a sense of fullness and contentment. Reflecting on even the smallest blessings brings a sense of peace, grounding us in appreciation. This practice transforms our outlook, allowing us to find joy and solace even in challenging times. By focusing on gratitude, we cultivate a positive mindset that acts as a balm for the soul, nurturing our inner calm. Each moment of gratitude becomes a reminder of life's beauty, building a foundation of peace and resilience. Silence is a powerful yet often overlooked tool in the mental oasis. In a world filled with constant noise and distraction, silence becomes a rare refuge. Embracing moments of silence allows us to listen to our thoughts and emotions without judgment or interruption. Silence fosters introspection, giving us a space to reconnect with ourselves and find clarity. This quiet time becomes a retreat where we can recharge, free from the demands of daily life. Stoicism values inner reflection, and silence provides the ideal environment for this practice. Each moment spent in silence deepens our sense of peace, creating a sanctuary within. Self-compassion is an essential practice within the mental oasis. When we approach ourselves with kindness, we reduce self-criticism and foster inner warmth. Instead of judging our thoughts or emotions, we learn to accept them, treating ourselves with the same understanding we'd offer a friend. This gentle self-acceptance creates a sense of safety, allowing us to explore our inner world without fear. Self-compassion isn't indulgence. It's a way to renew our energy by releasing the burdens of guilt or shame. By nurturing this kindness within, we strengthen our inner oasis, building a space where we can always find comfort. Setting intentions is another way to create a mental retreat. Intentions give our thoughts direction, aligning our actions with our values. By starting each day or each micro-retreat with a clear intention, we focus our energy on what truly matters. This practice brings clarity, reducing mental clutter and helping us navigate life's demands with purpose. Stoicism teaches us to act with reason and mindfulness, and setting intentions keeps us anchored in this approach. Each intention reinforces our commitment to a life of meaning, creating a mental space where purpose guides us instead of external distractions. Reading or reflecting on a favorite quote or passage can also help build a mental oasis. Stoic teachings, poetry, or personal reflections offer insight that uplifts and centers us. By reflecting on wise words, we gain a fresh perspective that elevates our mindset. This practice nourishes the mind, offering moments of calm and inspiration amidst daily stresses. Reading allows us to pause, to breathe, and to reconnect with our values, transforming our thoughts and reinforcing inner peace. This simple act creates a space of wisdom within, helping us feel grounded and clear. Journaling is another powerful way to create a mental sanctuary. Writing down our thoughts, emotions, or reflections helps us process our inner world, releasing mental clutter. Journaling offers a safe space to express ourselves, bringing clarity and calm to complex emotions. Stoicism values self-reflection, and journaling aligns perfectly with this practice, allowing us to observe our experiences without judgment. Each entry becomes a step toward understanding ourselves, building a foundation of peace within. Journaling creates a personal retreat, a place where thoughts are explored and resolved, fostering mental renewal. Taking brief nature breaks also helps build our mental oasis. Stepping outside, feeling the fresh air, and observing nature connects us with a sense of peace that only the natural world provides. Nature calms the mind, grounding us in a simplicity that counters the chaos of modern life. Stoicism values harmony with nature, and these small moments bring us back to this balance. Even if we're indoors, looking out a window or tending to a plant can offer a brief yet powerful retreat. Nature soothes and replenishes, reminding us that peace is always accessible when we attune ourselves to its rhythms. Engaging in a short meditation practice strengthens the mental oasis. Meditation focuses the mind, allowing us to observe thoughts without attachment. This practice helps us recognize that thoughts are transient, reducing their power over us. Meditation doesn't require lengthy sessions. Even a few minutes can bring clarity and calm. Stoicism values self-mastery, and meditation cultivates this mastery by teaching us to control our focus. Each moment spent in meditation deepens our inner calm, reinforcing the mental retreat we build within. Meditation becomes a touchstone, a practice we return to whenever we need renewal. Positive affirmations also enhance our mental oasis. By repeating affirmations that reflect our values and strengths, we reinforce a positive mindset that counters negativity. These affirmations become a mental anchor, reminding us of our worth and resilience. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and affirmations help shape our inner dialogue. This practice strengthens our confidence, creating a foundation of self-assurance within. Each affirmation builds our mental oasis, offering a space where we feel empowered and at peace, regardless of external challenges. Physical relaxation techniques, such as stretching or gentle movement, help foster mental calm. When we release physical tension, we support mental relaxation, creating a sense of ease within. Simple practices like stretching or taking deep breaths connect mind and body, bringing a sense of harmony. Stoicism values caring for the body as a vessel of the mind, and these practices align with that principle, providing physical and mental renewal. This connection brings relief from stress, fostering a state of balance that enhances our inner sanctuary. Engaging with creativity also nurtures the mental oasis. Expressing ourselves through art, music, or any creative outlet allows us to release emotions constructively. Creativity brings joy and exploration, offering a break from routine and stress. Stoicism values self-expression that aligns with our inner nature, and creativity fulfills this, allowing us to connect with ourselves on a deeper level. Creativity becomes a retreat where we can explore freely, a space where imagination replenishes and revitalizes. This expression enhances our sense of fulfillment, nurturing the mind with inspiration. Laughter is a powerful addition to our mental oasis. Humor lightens the spirit, reducing stress and bringing joy. Laughter connects us to a sense of playfulness that can be easily lost in the seriousness of life. Stoicism values a balanced approach to life, and laughter brings this balance by reminding us not to take things too seriously. Humor brings lightness to our mental sanctuary, allowing us to release tension and find joy in the moment. This joyful energy refreshes us, making the mental oasis a place of comfort, warmth, and renewal. Through each of these practices, we create a mental oasis that offers refuge from life's pressures, a place where peace and clarity can always be found. By crafting these micro-retreats, we build resilience and calm within ourselves, nurturing an inner space that sustains us through life's demands. This Stoic approach to renewal reminds us that tranquility doesn't require physical escape. It's cultivated through mindful practices that restore our strength. Each moment spent in this mental oasis becomes a foundation for a life of balance, resilience, and inner peace. Continuing from the practice of creating a mental oasis for inner renewal, we move to another powerful Stoic approach, the art of embracing enough. In a world that constantly encourages us to seek more, to achieve more, and to accumulate more, the concept of sufficiency can feel foreign, yet it holds the key to deep contentment. Stoic sufficiency teaches us that true wealth isn't about possessions or status, but about appreciating and finding satisfaction in what we already have. By practicing gratitude without attachment or dependence, we develop a mindset of contentment that doesn't waver, allowing us to live with peace and fulfillment. This approach invites us to let go of the need for more and discover the richness that lies in appreciating enough. The journey towards sufficiency begins with redefining what it means to feel fulfilled. Society often links fulfillment with the endless pursuit of desires, but Stoicism teaches us to seek satisfaction in the present. When we shift our focus from wanting to appreciating, we release the pressure of constantly chasing after external rewards. This mindset of enough doesn't mean settling. It means valuing what's here now. By seeing each moment as sufficient, we cultivate an enduring sense of gratitude, feeling whole without the need to add more. This approach offers a profound freedom from the cycle of desire, allowing us to experience a lasting contentment grounded in the present. Letting go of comparison is a vital step in embracing enough. Comparison often makes us feel inadequate, as if what we have is less valuable because others have more. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own journey rather than measuring ourselves against others. When we release comparison, we find gratitude for what is uniquely ours, recognizing that true worth isn't defined by others' achievements or possessions. This shift in perspective allows us to appreciate our own path without envy or resentment. By valuing what we have without looking sideways, we cultivate a sense of abundance that doesn't rely on external validation, allowing us to feel content and complete. Mindful appreciation of small things brings depth to the practice of sufficiency. Often, we overlook simple pleasures, seeking grand experiences to feel satisfied. But Stoic sufficiency teaches us to find joy in life's small details: the warmth of sunlight, the taste of a meal, the comfort of a quiet evening. By focusing on these small moments, we learn to appreciate life as it unfolds, finding fulfillment in simplicity. This appreciation for small things builds a foundation of gratitude, showing us that we don't need extravagance to feel content. Each small joy adds to a sense of completeness, helping us realize that true wealth lies in appreciating what we already have. Acknowledging our accomplishments is another way to embrace enough. When we constantly push for more achievements, we often forget to appreciate how far we've already come. Stoicism encourages us to recognize and value our progress, finding satisfaction in the journey rather than only the destination. This reflection on past accomplishments fosters a sense of pride and gratitude, allowing us to feel whole rather than incomplete. By acknowledging what we've achieved, we build a mindset of sufficiency, understanding that we are already worthy, already enough. This recognition brings peace, freeing us from the pressure to prove ourselves through endless accomplishments. Practicing gratitude without attachment means appreciating things without relying on them for happiness. Often, we tie our joy to specific possessions, people, or experiences, making our contentment conditional. Stoic sufficiency encourages us to appreciate these blessings while understanding that our happiness isn't dependent on them. This detachment doesn't mean we care less. It means we recognize that true peace comes from within, not from external factors. By practicing gratitude without clinging, we maintain a steady sense of contentment that isn't shaken by loss or change. This approach fosters resilience as we find joy in the present moment without fear of losing it. Self-sufficiency is a powerful aspect of embracing enough. When we develop inner resources, qualities like resilience, compassion, and wisdom, we rely less on external sources for fulfillment. Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from within, and by cultivating self-sufficiency, we become less dependent on others' approval or material wealth. This inner strength allows us to feel complete on our own, reinforcing the idea that we have enough within ourselves to be content. Self-sufficiency isn't isolation, it's the freedom to find peace without needing constant validation or possession. This strength makes us resilient, grounding us in a sufficiency that's unshaken by external circumstances. Learning to release desires that don't serve us is also essential in practicing sufficiency. Often, our desires create a sense of lack, making us feel incomplete. Stoicism encourages us to examine our desires, identifying those that bring genuine joy versus those that lead to fleeting satisfaction. By letting go of unnecessary wants, we free ourselves from a cycle of craving and disappointment. This release brings a sense of lightness, allowing us to feel content with what we have rather than fixating on what we lack. Each desire we release strengthens our sense of sufficiency, reinforcing that we are whole just as we are. Embracing impermanence deepens our understanding of sufficiency. When we recognize that everything in life is temporary, we stop clinging to things as if they were permanent sources of happiness. This awareness shifts our focus from accumulating more to appreciating what's here now. Stoicism teaches us that change is inevitable, and by accepting this, we develop a peaceful relationship with our possessions and experiences. Instead of holding on tightly, we enjoy them while they last, finding joy without attachment. This acceptance of impermanence fosters gratitude that is rooted in the present, a sense of sufficiency that doesn't depend on permanence. Gratitude for intangible qualities also reinforces the practice of enough. Rather than focusing solely on material possessions, Stoic sufficiency invites us to appreciate virtues like kindness, honesty, and patience. These inner qualities bring a sense of fulfillment that material wealth cannot match. By valuing these intangible gifts, we create a foundation of gratitude that transcends physical things. This approach enriches our lives, reminding us that true wealth is found in character rather than accumulation. Each moment spent cultivating these virtues adds to our sense of completeness, deepening our understanding that we already have everything we need. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in maintaining a mindset of sufficiency. When we practice mindfulness, we become fully aware of the present moment, reducing the impulse to chase after more. Mindfulness helps us experience life without judgment, allowing us to see that each moment is enough in itself. By staying present, we release the urge to grasp for future satisfaction, finding fulfillment in what's here now. This presence creates a sense of wholeness, reminding us that we don't need to reach for more to feel complete. Each mindful moment reinforces our sense of sufficiency, deepening our contentment with life as it is. Simplicity is another path to embracing enough. When we simplify our lives, we focus on what truly matters, reducing the distractions that often lead to dissatisfaction. Stoicism values simplicity as it frees us from the clutter of unnecessary possessions or desires. By living simply, we create space for what brings genuine joy, finding contentment in the essentials rather than excess. This simplicity fosters a peaceful mindset, allowing us to feel fulfilled without the weight of more. Each act of simplification strengthens our sense of sufficiency, reinforcing that we already have what we need to live a meaningful life. Accepting ourselves fully is a key part of finding sufficiency. When we embrace who we are, without striving to meet others' expectations, we create a foundation of inner peace. Stoicism encourages self-acceptance, reminding us that true worth comes from within, not from others' opinions. By accepting ourselves, we feel complete, reducing the need for external validation. This self-acceptance brings a sense of wholeness, allowing us to live authentically without seeking approval. Each moment of self-acceptance reinforces our sense of sufficiency, reminding us that we are enough as we are without needing to change for others. Reflecting on past experiences can also enhance our sense of enough. Often, we overlook the lessons and growth that our past experiences have provided. By reflecting on these moments, we recognize the richness of our journey, appreciating the wisdom we've gained. Stoicism values learning from the past, and this reflection fosters gratitude for the experiences that shaped us. This appreciation for our journey reinforces a mindset of sufficiency, showing us that each step added to our growth. By valuing our past, we feel more complete in the present, realizing that our life has been full of meaningful experiences. Living with purpose strengthens the practice of sufficiency. When we align our actions with our values, we feel fulfilled regardless of material gains. Purpose gives our life direction, making each moment meaningful without needing constant rewards. Stoicism teaches that a life of purpose brings deep satisfaction, and by focusing on our values, we reduce the need for external validation. This alignment creates a sense of sufficiency as we find joy in living authentically rather than accumulating more. Each purposeful act reinforces our sense of enough, reminding us that true fulfillment comes from living with integrity. Through each of these practices, Stoicism teaches us that sufficiency isn't about denying desires, but about redefining fulfillment. By embracing enough, we free ourselves from the constant need for more, discovering a contentment that is grounded in gratitude, simplicity, and self-worth. This mindset creates a life of inner peace and resilience, allowing us to appreciate each moment as it is. Embracing enough offers us a sense of freedom, a reminder that true wealth lies not in possessions, but in our ability to find joy in what we already have. Each practice deepens our understanding of sufficiency, revealing a path to lasting fulfillment that is rooted in the present. Flowing from the deep contentment found in embracing enough, we now turn to an equally profound Stoic concept, the practice of living with a constant, quiet awareness of our mortality. Known as memento mori, this reminder of life's transience is a call not to dread death, but to live more fully, to appreciate each day and each moment with sincerity and purpose. Rather than a morbid fixation, it becomes a guide for valuing what we have, for making meaningful choices, and for cultivating gratitude without delay. By embodying memento mori, we find clarity, resilience, and a drive to align our actions with our true values. The first step in embracing memento mori is to recognize that mortality grants life its urgency and its beauty. When we accept that time is finite, we develop a clearer sense of purpose. Each day becomes a gift rather than a routine, inspiring us to make the most of every experience. This acceptance leads us to focus on what truly matters, reducing distractions and trivial concerns. The knowledge of mortality sharpens our priorities, helping us see life's preciousness and prompting us to live in alignment with our values. Rather than fearing loss, we feel motivated to savor and make meaningful contributions while we can. Acknowledging mortality encourages us to focus on presence over postponement. Often, we defer joy or self-fulfillment, assuming there will always be more time. Memento mori, however, reminds us that the present moment is all we truly possess. By focusing on the here and now, we avoid the trap of someday thinking, finding satisfaction in what we do today rather than waiting for a future that may never come. This awareness deepens our experiences, allowing us to live with gratitude and intentionality. Each action, no matter how small, gains significance, reinforcing the value of mindful living. Memento mori also strengthens our resilience. When we remember that life includes hardship and eventual mortality, we become less overwhelmed by daily challenges. Stoicism teaches us to face adversity calmly, and memento mori reinforces this by reminding us that difficulties are temporary in the grand scheme of life. This perspective provides emotional grounding, allowing us to handle setbacks without excessive fear or frustration. By viewing challenges as fleeting, we preserve our inner peace, finding the courage to confront obstacles with grace. This resilience, born of perspective, transforms our approach to hardship, allowing us to grow from each experience rather than feeling defeated. Embodying memento mori also helps us cultivate compassion. Awareness of life's fragility reminds us that others, too, are navigating their own limited time. This understanding softens our judgments and deepens our empathy as we recognize that everyone faces the same journey of impermanence. Rather than reacting with impatience or anger, we approach others with kindness, valuing our connections. This compassion doesn't diminish our strength. It enhances it by reminding us that we're all interconnected in our humanity. Memento mori creates space for forgiveness and understanding, as we see each person's life as a finite, precious experience deserving of respect. Practicing memento mori also encourages us to make courageous choices. When we confront the reality of our mortality, we become less fearful of failure or judgment. This awareness liberates us to pursue dreams or speak truths that we might otherwise suppress. Knowing that time is limited, we feel empowered to act with boldness, seizing opportunities instead of hesitating out of fear. This courage brings freedom, allowing us to live authentically and fully without the constraints of doubt or self-imposed limitations. Memento mori shifts our focus from potential regrets to the satisfaction of taking meaningful action. The reminder of mortality also simplifies our lives by clarifying what matters. Often, we become entangled in pursuits that don't align with our true desires or values. By embracing memento mori, we filter out the distractions, focusing on what brings genuine fulfillment. This clarity reduces the need for superficial validation, helping us invest time and energy in activities that resonate deeply. The simplicity of knowing that time is finite encourages us to pursue only what truly adds value, freeing us from the clutter of unnecessary ambitions. This alignment with our core values brings peace as we focus on what enriches our lives rather than following fleeting trends or expectations. Memento mori fosters a sense of humility. When we remember that all lives, regardless of status or achievement, share the same end, we become less attached to ego-driven pursuits. This perspective helps us see life not as a ladder of accomplishments, but as an opportunity for meaningful impact. By embracing humility, we find contentment in contributing positively to those around us, rather than seeking constant praise or success. This humility reinforces a sense of shared humanity, reminding us that each person's worth transcends material gains. Memento mori guides us to lead by example, valuing integrity over recognition. This practice also strengthens our gratitude. When we're aware of mortality, we see each moment as a rare, irreplaceable gift, deepening our appreciation for even the simplest experiences. Stoicism values gratitude, and memento mori enhances it by reminding us of life's impermanence. This gratitude transforms our mindset, making us more receptive to joy and less preoccupied with what we lack. By appreciating each day as if it were a limited resource, we develop a sense of abundance that isn't tied to possessions or status. This gratitude, grounded in memento mori, fosters a peace that isn't shaken by external changes. Awareness of mortality also encourages us to build meaningful connections. Often, we overlook the importance of relationships, distracted by personal goals or ambitions. Memento mori reminds us that relationships are a significant source of fulfillment, prompting us to prioritize our bonds with others. This focus on connection deepens our interactions, helping us to listen, understand, and support those we care about. By valuing these connections, we create a legacy of love and kindness, an impact that endures even beyond our own lives. Memento mori enriches our relationships, reminding us that people, not possessions, are the true treasures of life. The practice of memento mori also inspires us to create a positive legacy. When we accept that life is limited, we feel inspired to contribute something meaningful to the world. This doesn't mean grand achievements. It can be as simple as acts of kindness or wisdom shared with others. Stoicism teaches that we can influence others through our example, and memento mori encourages us to leave behind a legacy of values, kindness, and strength. This legacy, however small, gives purpose to our actions, transforming our life into a gift for future generations. The awareness of mortality elevates each choice, reminding us that our actions echo beyond our years. Living with memento mori also frees us from the fear of change. Often, we cling to the familiar, resisting transitions that feel unsettling. Memento mori reminds us that change is inevitable, a natural part of life's cycle. By embracing this, we become more adaptable, finding peace in letting go when necessary. This openness to change reduces stress, allowing us to flow with life rather than resisting it. Memento mori teaches us that clinging creates suffering, while acceptance brings freedom. This approach allows us to meet each stage of life with grace, knowing that change is a path to growth. This practice also enhances self-acceptance. When we acknowledge that life is finite, we stop wasting time on self-criticism or regret. Instead, we focus on making the most of who we are, flaws and all. Memento mori encourages us to live honestly, embracing our uniqueness without apology. This acceptance liberates us from unrealistic standards, allowing us to pursue growth with compassion. By valuing ourselves as we are, we build a life that reflects our true nature, unhindered by perfectionism. This self-acceptance, nurtured by memento mori, frees us to live fully, cherishing each day rather than wasting it on self-doubt. Reflecting on mortality also guides us to practice forgiveness. Knowing that time is limited, we become less inclined to hold on to grudges or resentment. Forgiveness becomes easier as we understand that life is too short for prolonged bitterness. By letting go of past conflicts, we create space for peace and understanding, strengthening our relationships. This practice of forgiveness isn't weakness. It's a choice to prioritize harmony over pride. Memento mori reminds us that each moment spent in anger is a moment lost, encouraging us to choose compassion. Forgiveness, inspired by mortality, enriches our lives with renewed connections. Memento mori deepens our appreciation for the beauty of life. Recognizing that everything is temporary, we learn to savor the fleeting beauty in each experience, whether it's a sunset, a conversation, or a quiet moment. This awareness brings a heightened sensitivity to life's wonders, making us more observant and appreciative. Memento mori helps us see beauty not only in joy, but also in the full spectrum of life, including its challenges. This profound appreciation transforms our perspective, turning ordinary moments into cherished memories. By living with memento mori, we develop a gratitude that embraces all of life, fully aware of its brevity. Through each of these practices, memento mori guides us toward a life of depth, meaning, and purpose. This awareness of mortality doesn't diminish life. It enriches it, helping us prioritize what matters, appreciate each day, and live with integrity. By embodying memento mori, we cultivate a life that is both humble and courageous, rooted in gratitude and resilience. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the true art of living is in remembering that every moment counts, that each choice shapes our legacy, and that every day is an irreplaceable gift. Following the reflective power of memento mori, which urges us to live each moment fully, we delve into another Stoic practice, mastering the pause of intention. In a world that often demands immediate reactions, the art of pausing intentionally before taking action provides us with clarity, patience, and a choice over how we engage with the world. This pause is more than a delay. It's a deliberate space where our intentions come into focus, helping us act from a place of purpose rather than impulse. It's a skill that empowers us to move through life with thoughtful presence, aligning each response with our deepest values and intentions. The foundation of the pause of intention lies in recognizing that we always have a choice in how we respond. Life's pressures can make us feel as if we're constantly rushing from one moment to the next, but the Stoic pause offers a reminder that no matter the circumstances, we control our reactions. This realization brings a sense of liberation, empowering us to step back, even if only for a breath, to determine our next move with clarity. In that brief pause, we reclaim our autonomy, turning what might have been an automatic reaction into a thoughtful response that honors our principles. This practice of pausing is deeply rooted in self-awareness. When we pause, we take a moment to check in with our thoughts and emotions, understanding what's influencing our reaction. By observing our internal state, we gain insight into why we're inclined to act in a particular way, allowing us to question if it truly aligns with our values. This self-awareness is a form of internal guidance, helping us see our motivations clearly. Rather than reacting from a place of stress, frustration, or ego, we can make a choice that resonates with our authentic self, adding depth and integrity to each action. Emotional regulation is another benefit of the intentional pause. When we face challenging situations, emotions can cloud our judgment, leading to decisions we later regret. Pausing gives us the chance to let those emotions settle, creating space for reason to guide us. This practice helps us separate ourselves from the immediate intensity of our feelings, seeing them as temporary rather than all-consuming. By calming the emotional turbulence, we free ourselves to act with a steadier mind, ensuring that our choices reflect thoughtfulness rather than momentary impulses. This emotional clarity fosters resilience, allowing us to remain composed and balanced regardless of external pressures. The pause of intention also encourages mindful listening. In conversations, we often find ourselves preparing responses rather than fully absorbing what others are saying. By pausing before we speak, we give ourselves the chance to truly listen, understanding others' perspectives without the filter of our own assumptions. This deeper listening builds empathy, helping us connect with others on a more genuine level. The act of pausing in conversation shows respect, signaling that we value the other person's thoughts and emotions. This mindful listening enriches our relationships, fostering trust and understanding by showing that we're present and engaged. Practicing patience is a key element of the intentional pause. In a fast-paced world, patience can feel elusive, yet the Stoic pause reminds us of its value. When we take time before acting, we allow situations to unfold naturally rather than forcing an outcome. This patience helps us avoid unnecessary mistakes, as we're less likely to act on incomplete information or assumptions. Instead of rushing to conclusions, we give ourselves the time to see things clearly, making better informed choices. This patience nurtures a calm approach to life, where each action is deliberate and considered, enhancing our sense of peace and stability. This pause also fosters a deeper understanding of our intentions. Often we react out of habit, without considering whether our actions truly reflect our goals. The Stoic pause invites us to reconnect with our purpose, clarifying why we're choosing a certain path. This moment of reflection aligns us with our values, turning actions into expressions of our beliefs rather than automatic responses. By checking in with our intentions, we ensure that our choices contribute to a life of integrity. This intentionality enriches each moment, reminding us that life is best lived when guided by purpose rather than routine. Creating space before action also improves our decision-making. When we pause, we give ourselves the opportunity to weigh options carefully, considering the potential outcomes and their alignment with our values. This thoughtful approach helps us make choices that are both effective and ethical, as we're no longer reacting impulsively. The pause acts as a filter, allowing us to separate short-term satisfaction from long-term fulfillment. By taking this moment of reflection, we make decisions that bring us closer to our goals without compromising our principles. This intentional decision-making strengthens our sense of self, as each choice reflects a deeper wisdom. Resisting the urge to react immediately enhances our inner discipline. Often, the desire to respond right away stems from a lack of impulse control. The Stoic pause teaches us to master these impulses, reminding us that we're not bound by the need for instant gratification. This restraint strengthens our willpower, building resilience against the fleeting desires that often lead us astray. With each pause, we reinforce our commitment to self-control, creating a steady foundation that isn't easily shaken by external events. This discipline brings freedom, as we're no longer at the mercy of our impulses, but guided by deliberate choices. The practice of the intentional pause also brings balance to our lives. By slowing down before acting, we prevent ourselves from becoming overwhelmed by constant decision-making. This practice reduces mental strain, giving us a chance to recharge and approach each choice with renewed focus. Instead of feeling scattered or hurried, we cultivate a steady pace that promotes mental well-being. This balance keeps us centered, ensuring that we're not drained by the demands of daily life, but energized by the clarity that comes from intentional action. By prioritizing balance, we enhance our capacity to handle life's complexities with grace. Gratitude is also deepened through the pause of intention. When we slow down before acting, we become more aware of the blessings in each moment. This mindfulness helps us see the beauty in small acts and simple interactions, nurturing a sense of appreciation for the present. The pause creates a space for gratitude, allowing us to savor each experience fully. By practicing this gratitude, we bring more joy into our lives, as we're no longer rushing from one moment to the next, but finding contentment in the here and now. This gratitude enriches our lives, grounding us in the appreciation of what we have. The pause also encourages humility. By taking a moment to reflect, we remind ourselves that we don't have all the answers and that there's often more to a situation than meets the eye. This humility fosters openness, allowing us to consider new perspectives and learn from others. The Stoic pause becomes a reminder that true wisdom comes from listening, observing, and understanding, not from assuming we already know everything. This humility deepens our interactions with others, showing that we value their insights. By practicing humility, we create space for growth, knowing that each pause brings an opportunity to learn. This pause also strengthens our adaptability. When we take a moment to assess, we're better able to adjust our actions in response to changing circumstances. Instead of rigidly following a preset course, we can adapt our approach based on new information or shifts in the environment. This flexibility is a form of resilience, as it allows us to move fluidly through life rather than feeling stuck when things don't go as planned. The pause gives us a chance to consider alternatives, ensuring that our actions remain effective even in the face of unpredictability. This adaptability helps us navigate challenges with ease, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Practicing the pause fosters compassion both for ourselves and for others. When we create space before acting, we're less likely to react with harshness or judgment. This kindness transforms our interactions, allowing us to approach others with empathy rather than criticism. The pause gives us a chance to remember our shared humanity, softening our responses and nurturing connections. By extending this compassion inward, we learn to forgive ourselves for mistakes, understanding that growth is a journey. This compassion enriches our lives, creating a foundation of kindness that enhances every relationship, including the one we have with ourselves. The intentional pause brings a sense of purpose to every action. Instead of moving through life on autopilot, we're actively engaged, choosing each step with care. This presence infuses each moment with meaning, reminding us that life is a collection of choices made with intention. The Stoic pause becomes a tool for crafting a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. Each action becomes a testament to our commitment to living thoughtfully with a focus on what truly matters. By mastering the art of the pause, we create a life that isn't dictated by impulse, but guided by clarity, integrity, and purpose. Through each of these practices, the pause of intention becomes a powerful means of self-mastery. It teaches us to live with presence, aligning each action with our core values and creating a life that reflects true Stoic wisdom. In embracing the pause, we find clarity, resilience, and peace, transforming even the simplest moments into opportunities for growth and purpose. This practice reminds us that true strength lies not in constant motion, but in the ability to pause, reflect, and choose with intention. Following the mastery of the pause of intention, where we learn to create space before action, we turn to the profound strength found in self-restraint. In a world filled with endless distractions and temptations, self-control becomes a silent force that empowers us to live with integrity, purpose, and freedom from impulsive desires. This Stoic practice of self-restraint doesn't mean denying ourselves joy. It's about fostering a level of mastery over impulses so we can focus on what truly matters. By cultivating self-control, we build an inner strength that keeps us grounded, unshaken by the allure of fleeting pleasures or societal pressures, and helps us live a life of meaning and clarity. Self-restraint begins with awareness, the foundation of all self-control. In each moment, we have an opportunity to observe our desires and impulses without being controlled by them. Awareness allows us to understand what is driving our actions, whether it's a craving for validation, an urge for material possessions, or a need for immediate gratification. This self-awareness gives us a choice, freeing us from automatic reactions. By acknowledging these inner pulls without judgment, we develop the ability to act in alignment with our values rather than letting impulses dictate our actions. This heightened awareness is the first step in breaking free from habits that don't serve us. Patience is essential in the practice of self-restraint. In a fast-paced world, the temptation for instant gratification is ever present, but patience teaches us to wait, to endure discomfort, and to recognize that not all desires need immediate satisfaction. Patience strengthens our resilience, allowing us to delay pleasure in pursuit of greater long-term goals. Each time we practice patience, we reinforce our inner strength, building a tolerance for waiting that empowers us to make thoughtful decisions rather than impulsive ones. This patience nurtures a sense of peace, showing us that not every desire needs immediate action, and that true fulfillment often requires time and perseverance. Choosing simplicity is a powerful form of self-restraint. In a culture that often equates success with accumulation, choosing simplicity teaches us to value experiences over possessions, to focus on quality rather than quantity. Simplifying our lives frees us from the pressure to constantly acquire more, allowing us to find contentment with what we have. This simplicity cultivates a sense of sufficiency, helping us avoid the constant cycle of wanting and achieving, which often leads to dissatisfaction. By embracing simplicity, we align ourselves with Stoic values, creating space for what genuinely brings joy and purpose, rather than cluttering our lives with excess. Self-restraint is closely tied to emotional regulation. Often, our strongest impulses arise when emotions are intense: anger, fear, excitement, or sadness. Practicing self-restraint teaches us to pause and examine these emotions before acting on them. This ability to pause helps us respond rather than react, allowing us to maintain control over our actions even in emotionally charged moments. This practice not only prevents regretful decisions, but also strengthens our resilience as we learn to handle intense emotions calmly. By mastering emotional regulation, we cultivate a calm strength that enables us to face life's ups and downs without being overwhelmed by fleeting feelings. Setting boundaries is another critical aspect of self-restraint. Boundaries help us protect our time, energy, and focus, preventing us from being swept away by others' demands or expectations. By setting clear boundaries, we show respect for our values and priorities, choosing to invest in relationships and activities that align with our purpose. Boundaries are not barriers, but guidelines that allow us to live authentically, protecting us from distractions that could derail our progress. This intentional protection of our time and energy strengthens our commitment to what truly matters, reinforcing our ability to say no when needed, without guilt or hesitation. Self-control also extends to the way we consume information. In a world overflowing with information, we can easily become distracted or overwhelmed by constant updates, news, and social media. Practicing restraint with media consumption protects our mental space, helping us focus on quality over quantity. This discipline allows us to remain informed without becoming consumed, reducing stress and promoting mental clarity. By choosing carefully what we engage with, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety and distraction, allowing our minds to focus on personal growth, knowledge, and well-being. This disciplined approach to information keeps us grounded, allowing us to retain a sense of calm amidst the noise. Resisting comparison is another practice of self-restraint. In a society that often measures success by external achievements, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. Self-restraint teaches us to focus on our own path, valuing our progress without constantly seeking validation from others' lives. This resistance to comparison frees us from the need for external approval, helping us find satisfaction in our own journey. By refraining from comparison, we reinforce our sense of self-worth, understanding that true fulfillment comes from within. This practice of focusing on our growth rather than others' achievements nurtures a deep sense of peace and confidence. Mindful eating is a form of self-restraint that not only benefits physical health, but also strengthens our mental discipline. By eating mindfully, we develop an awareness of our hunger, choosing to eat in response to need rather than habit or impulse. This mindfulness in eating cultivates a relationship with food based on nourishment rather than indulgence. Each mindful meal reinforces our ability to listen to our body's signals, building a sense of respect for our health. This practice of mindful consumption extends beyond food, teaching us to approach all forms of consumption with care and intentionality. Practicing moderation is a central aspect of Stoic self-restraint. Rather than avoiding pleasure, Stoicism encourages us to enjoy life in balance, appreciating experiences without excess. Moderation allows us to experience joy without becoming attached or dependent on it. This balanced approach to pleasure enhances our appreciation of life's simple joys, allowing us to savor each experience without overindulgence. Moderation teaches us that pleasure is most fulfilling when it's part of a balanced life, where we don't rely on it for happiness, but enjoy it as a complement to a life of purpose and discipline. Financial discipline is another form of self-restraint that brings stability and freedom. By managing our resources wisely, we avoid the stress and anxiety that often accompany financial instability. This discipline teaches us to distinguish between needs and wants, fostering gratitude for what we have rather than constantly seeking more. Financial restraint empowers us to live within our means, freeing us from the pressure to accumulate more and the stress of debt. This financial freedom enhances our peace of mind, allowing us to focus on experiences and relationships rather than material gain. This discipline enriches our lives, creating a sense of security and satisfaction. Valuing time is essential in the practice of self-restraint. Time is a limited resource, and by using it wisely, we honor the importance of each moment. Self-restraint helps us avoid activities that waste time or drain energy, allowing us to focus on what brings genuine fulfillment. This discipline teaches us to prioritize meaningful pursuits, creating a life filled with purpose rather than distraction. By respecting our time, we cultivate a life that reflects our values, ensuring that each day contributes to our personal growth. This respect for time reinforces our commitment to a meaningful life, free from the pull of trivial distractions. Choosing mindful communication is another way we practice self-restraint. In conversations, restraint allows us to listen fully, responding thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This approach to communication builds stronger connections as it shows respect and attentiveness. By practicing mindful speaking, we avoid saying things we might regret, strengthening our relationships through honesty and clarity. This restraint in speech not only prevents misunderstandings, but also fosters an environment of mutual respect and trust. Each mindful conversation becomes a reflection of our values, reinforcing our commitment to integrity and kindness. Self-restraint also fosters humility, a powerful quality in a world that often emphasizes self-promotion. Restraint in self-expression teaches us to act from a place of sincerity rather than seeking constant attention or validation. Humility reminds us that we don't need to prove our worth through external achievements. Our value is inherent. This humility allows us to connect with others genuinely, without the need to dominate or compete. Each humble choice strengthens our sense of self-worth, helping us focus on contributing positively rather than seeking approval. This practice fosters a quiet confidence grounded in authenticity. The practice of self-restraint enhances inner peace. By controlling our impulses, we free ourselves from the constant cycle of wanting and acquiring, creating space for contentment. This peace is a result of living in alignment with our values, knowing that we're acting from a place of integrity rather than impulse. Each act of self-restraint builds a foundation of stability, allowing us to remain calm and centered regardless of external circumstances. This inner peace is the ultimate reward of self-control, a lasting sense of fulfillment that isn't reliant on external achievements or possessions. Through these practices, self-restraint becomes a powerful tool for mastering life's challenges. It's a form of quiet strength that doesn't require force, but grows from inner resolve. Stoic self-restraint guides us toward a life of purpose, clarity, and freedom, empowering us to live true to our values in a world filled with temptations. Each act of restraint strengthens our sense of self, creating a life that reflects depth, wisdom, and a profound respect for what truly matters. Embracing self-restraint transforms our approach to life, reminding us that true freedom lies not in following every desire, but in the ability to choose with intention and grace. Having explored the quiet power of self-restraint, which teaches us to master impulses and live with integrity, we now turn to a Stoic principle that speaks to the heart of resilience: transforming pain into progress. Life's challenges are inevitable, but how we face them shapes our journey. Pain, whether physical or emotional, is often seen as something to be avoided, but Stoicism teaches us a different approach. It shows us how adversity can become a path to growth, clarity, and strength. Through resilience, we learn not only to endure difficulties, but to use them as stepping stones, cultivating inner fortitude that makes each obstacle a lesson and every hardship a chance to move forward with purpose. The foundation of transforming pain lies in accepting that struggle is a part of life. Instead of seeing challenges as interruptions, we can view them as integral to our development. This acceptance helps us face difficulties without resistance, understanding that they are part of the human experience. When we stop resisting pain, we begin to see it as something that can shape us, strengthening our character and teaching us valuable lessons. This shift in perspective allows us to approach hardships with an open mind, recognizing that growth often comes from facing what's uncomfortable. Acceptance brings a sense of peace, as we are no longer fighting against life's natural ebb and flow, but moving with it, allowing each challenge to shape us into something stronger. Pain, in its various forms, also presents an opportunity for self-discovery. Challenges reveal parts of ourselves that we might not have known existed: strengths, weaknesses, fears, and hopes. By observing our reactions to adversity, we gain insight into our inner world, understanding what truly matters to us. This self-discovery is a profound aspect of growth, as it helps us identify the values and principles we want to live by. Instead of feeling diminished by hardship, we become more self-aware, recognizing that each experience, no matter how difficult, contributes to a fuller understanding of who we are and what we're capable of. Resilience is cultivated by viewing pain as temporary. Stoicism teaches that all things, including suffering, are transient. When we embrace this, we realize that pain doesn't define us. It's simply something we go through. This perspective prevents us from becoming overwhelmed by despair, as we understand that every hardship has an endpoint. By focusing on the fact that pain will pass, we strengthen our ability to endure, finding comfort in the knowledge that resilience will carry us through. This understanding that adversity is temporary helps us face each moment with courage, knowing that even the darkest times will eventually give way to light. Adversity also provides a chance to develop patience, a virtue that serves us in all aspects of life. When we face hardship, our patience is tested, teaching us to wait without frustration or haste. Patience enables us to move through challenges with calm, avoiding the impulsive decisions that often arise from stress or fear. This patience isn't passive, it's an active choice to endure with grace, knowing that time has the power to bring change and healing. Each moment of patience builds our resilience, showing us that strength isn't only in action, but in the ability to wait and let things unfold naturally. Pain often brings clarity, stripping away distractions and revealing what truly matters. In times of ease, it's easy to lose focus on our priorities, but hardship forces us to confront what's essential. This clarity helps us redefine our goals, discarding pursuits that don't align with our values. Through adversity, we gain a sharper vision of our path, focusing on what brings purpose and meaning rather than superficial success. Pain, paradoxically, becomes a guide, helping us realign with our deepest intentions and reminding us of the things we genuinely cherish. This focus helps us move forward with renewed purpose, grounded in what truly enriches our lives. Compassion is another gift that comes from experiencing pain. When we suffer, we gain a deeper empathy for others, understanding that hardship is a shared human experience. This compassion extends beyond ourselves, fostering a connection with others who may be going through their own struggles. By embracing this sense of shared humanity, we transform our pain into a source of kindness, offering support and understanding to those in need. This compassion enriches our relationships, turning adversity into a bridge that connects us with others. Through empathy, we find healing, realizing that helping others through their pain also helps us process our own. Resilience in the face of pain also strengthens our mental discipline. Hardships test our ability to stay focused and maintain inner calm, even when circumstances feel overwhelming. This discipline allows us to control our thoughts, guiding them away from despair and towards constructive reflection. Each challenge becomes an exercise in mental strength, reinforcing our ability to remain steady despite external pressures. By practicing this discipline, we develop a fortified mind, one that can weather storms without being consumed by them. This inner strength enhances our ability to confront future challenges, as we've proven to ourselves that we're capable of enduring and thriving. Perspective is essential in transforming pain into progress. Stoicism encourages us to view challenges from a broader angle, understanding that each difficulty contributes to our overall journey. When we take a step back, we see that adversity isn't an isolated event. It's part of a larger picture that includes growth, triumph, and resilience. This perspective shifts our focus from short-term discomfort to long-term development, allowing us to view each challenge as a necessary part of our story. This holistic view reduces the intensity of suffering, helping us appreciate the role that hardship plays in our evolution and inspiring us to keep moving forward. Purpose emerges from adversity, as pain often prompts us to seek meaning in our experiences. When faced with hardship, we're compelled to ask ourselves what we're fighting for, what values we stand by, and what we hope to achieve. This search for meaning transforms pain into a source of motivation, giving us the strength to persevere. Purpose gives direction to our resilience, ensuring that our struggles contribute to a larger goal. By embracing adversity as part of our journey, we find motivation to keep going, knowing that each step brings us closer to a life that reflects our true aspirations. Humility grows from facing challenges, as adversity reminds us of our limitations and our need for support. When we encounter hardship, we realize that we can't do everything alone, and that vulnerability is part of the human experience. This humility helps us let go of pride, accepting help when needed, and recognizing that everyone, at times, requires assistance. This sense of humility deepens our resilience as we become more open to learning from others and seeking wisdom from various sources. By acknowledging our need for support, we build a foundation of resilience that is strengthened by the contributions of those around us. Pain also teaches us adaptability, showing us that life's path is seldom predictable. Adversity often forces us to change our plans, to pivot and find new solutions. This adaptability strengthens our ability to handle uncertainty as we learn to navigate challenges with flexibility. Rather than being rigid, we become open to new possibilities, understanding that resilience often requires creative problem-solving. This adaptability doesn't diminish our resolve. It enhances it by preparing us to handle whatever life presents. Each time we adapt, we reinforce our resilience, developing a mindset that is prepared for change and growth. Through adversity, we also learn the importance of self-care. Pain reminds us to take care of our physical and mental well-being, as resilience is built on a foundation of health. Self-care becomes a priority, helping us recover and recharge so we can continue moving forward. This commitment to caring for ourselves enhances our resilience, ensuring that we're strong enough to face challenges with clarity and energy. By prioritizing our health, we acknowledge that resilience isn't only about endurance, it's about sustaining ourselves so we can face life's challenges with strength. Gratitude is another powerful lesson that emerges from pain. When we go through hardship, we become more aware of the blessings in our lives, appreciating the small moments of peace and joy that often go unnoticed. This gratitude doesn't deny the difficulty, it exists alongside it, offering balance and perspective. By focusing on what we're grateful for, we create a sense of abundance, even in challenging times. This gratitude fuels our resilience, reminding us that there is always something worth appreciating, even in the darkest moments. This perspective nurtures our ability to endure, as we find solace in the simple joys that persist through adversity. Faith in our own strength grows as we overcome challenges. Each time we face hardship and come out stronger, we build confidence in our resilience. This belief in our own abilities empowers us to confront future difficulties with courage, knowing that we've faced adversity before and can do so again. This faith isn't arrogance, it's a quiet confidence that comes from experience. By recognizing our inner strength, we develop a mindset of resilience, understanding that we are capable of handling whatever life presents. This faith in ourselves reinforces our ability to progress, transforming each hardship into a testament to our resilience. Adversity deepens our appreciation for the journey itself. When we look back on the challenges we've overcome, we see how each struggle contributed to our growth, shaping us into more resilient, compassionate, and wise individuals. This appreciation transforms our perspective on life, helping us see hardship not as a setback, but as a valuable part of our story. By embracing adversity, we develop a sense of fulfillment that isn't based on ease or comfort, but on the depth and richness of a life lived fully. Each challenge becomes a reminder of our resilience, encouraging us to continue forward with strength and purpose. Through these practices, transforming pain into progress becomes a powerful way to live with resilience and intention. Stoic resilience teaches us that adversity isn't something to avoid, but something to embrace, as it builds the character, wisdom, and strength needed for a meaningful life. By using pain as a catalyst for growth, we create a life of depth and purpose, one that reflects our ability to overcome and flourish. Each hardship, rather than breaking us, becomes a building block in a life defined by courage, insight, and unwavering resilience. As we reach the end of this video, let's take a moment to reflect on the Stoic wisdom that has unfolded before us. Each principle, each habit, each choice to pause and act with intention shapes a life not just of endurance, but of true meaning and resilience. Stoicism isn't about a life without challenge or pain. It's about transforming every moment, be it joy or struggle, into a path toward growth, inner peace, and purpose. Whether it's mastering the power of restraint, embracing enough, or transforming pain into progress, each of these practices empowers us to live authentically and find strength within. In the end, Stoicism reminds us that life's richness isn't measured by what happens to us, but by how we respond, how we learn, and how we evolve with each experience. With each practice, we shape a legacy built on wisdom, resilience, and the courage to face life head-on, no matter the circumstances. If this video resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. What Stoic principle do you feel most inspired to embrace in your own life? And if you're ready for more insights on living with purpose, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's continue this journey together, growing stronger, wiser, and more intentional every step of the way.